Hello everybody and welcome back to 7 Days to Die. Hopefully without any frame issues. I've just jumped on in fact I can't actually remember which one I clicked now. But I was on the London ingest, so let's see how we get on with that one. Yeah, it's been weird recently. I don't know whether Twitch are upgrading anything or whether or not things just aren't working particularly well. But it's kind of a bit frustrating actually, because I did do a couple of diagnostic checks yesterday across all the EU ingest servers, and it looked like everything had settled down. Oh shit, it's nearly 10 o'clock. Apparently not. Yeah, just spotted that, so. Cheers, mate. Keeping an eye on the old. Thanks for spotting that, Simpsy. I'd have been frustrated if I hadn't heard about an error there. Yeah, if you ever notice this stream like not sounding right, and obviously ignore the knobhead talking, but if there's any you know, if you've seen skip frames or weird frame rates, shout out. This should be locked down. 60 flawless. You know, you should not be getting any skips. I mean, outside of the obvious like little skip in the game anyway, but if you feel like you've got like a weird buffering going on or anything like that, just never hesitate to shout out. Because 9 times out of 10, it's either going to be your end and you're having a bad day, or it's something going wrong my end, and then I can try and fix it for everybody. So, you know, sometimes there'll always be that kind of little issue that we can't resolve, but I'd say 9 times out of 10, we can pinpoint the problem. Never ever hesitate. Like I said, this is not one of those like, you know, streams where, you know, sometimes it's 40 frames per second, sometimes it's 30. This should be singing, dancing, locked. I'd much rather know than not know. Become obsessed now with looking at my my sort of stream software now. It irks me when things aren't going right. Thank you, Simpsy. They did drop an update, as people have been mentioning on Twitter, that it's broke. Oh, so they are up to something then. I think the only good news that I want to hear from Twitch is that they up our bandwidth. I would love to have a shot at 1080p streaming. I was watching some of Dan's stuff back. Dan's got an interesting setup right now. It's been like, it was really nice watching Metro, because Metro is quite a slow-paced game. Now, I didn't watch for long because I've got every intention of playing that. That looked really nice and crisp. But yeah, we definitely need that upgrade. It's about time Twitch said, okay, time to start upping bit rates, because it's the one thing that they don't have over the competition. It's the only thing they don't have over the competition. I mean, YouTube, you can stream at crazy bit rates. The thing is that YouTube compression itself is a bit crap, to say the least. But you're right, Mr. Bullseye. You watched the guy in Germany yesterday on stream. He was jumping all over the place. Lots of lag. Maybe that's why. Could be, yeah. Never hesitate to tell a streamer. I mean, as long as you're doing it constructively. I mean, some streamers, you know, will just have to, you know, they'll be open and say, yeah, you know, if you've got a funny frame rate, it's because it's not playing particularly well on my end. But so sometimes things are happening that you don't actually know yourself as a streamer. You know, there might be an audio error that you know you can't pick up yourself. Everything sounds okay to you. There might be, you know, glitches and stutters on the stream, and if it's not due to dropped frames or a bad connection to the ingest server and it's simply something else, you're not going to know. So I think most streamers, I think if you do it in a constructive and polite way, would rather know that you've got an issue than not know. But there are things that streamers probably don't want to hear. Like, turn your gamma up, mate. Fuck off. I do get that. I think people are so used to watching a washed out. I can see everything like I've got night vision goggles on when they play 7 Days. You know, I do like my 7 Days dark. When it's dark, it's dark. I wonder what it is then, Simpsy. I wonder what they're up to. Have they given any? Clearly, something's changed. I mean, it could be anything if it's affected by Twitch TV. It could just be the API, but I've not. The weird thing is the EU ingest servers have been so stable for I'd say for over a year. I mean, rock solid. Most days, and not every day, but most days I do check which ingest servers are functioning well for me before I start streaming. But I've got a bit complacent with that because, to be honest, there's very little variance in them. That they have just been consistently excellent for where I am. I mean, obviously, other people are going to get different experiences, but I'd say over the last 1 to 2 months, so certainly over the last 5-6 weeks, I would say that I've seen every single ingest server in Europe having issues at some parts of the day. So whether or not they're upgrading something, or whether or not maintenance isn't being done properly, or maybe just because they're congested, it could just be there's too many people streaming to Twitch. It is it's the what is it? The summer holidays for all of North America, Europe. I guess everywhere else pretty much. So there could be a lot of youngsters streaming with their PlayStation 4s and Xboxes, and maybe it just can't cope. But yeah. What's that tax up? Yeah, I'd like to be able to get it more, a little less. You'll notice it when I'm moving. This game, unfortunately, Subquake is a real pain in the ass. This is a really tough game to stream and get it looking good because of the implementation of their grass. Their grass is just not a frame rate killer, an encoding killer. There are so something like No Man's Sky. You can get that looking damn nice. There's certain things like the pulse drive where you've got all those different colours flying around the cockpit. It's going to affect things, but yeah, the grass in this is a nightmare, dude. What's that, Daniel? Streamlabs updates and resets all your settings. Have you had that happen? See, I've never had that sort of issue with Streamlabs. I've had Streamlabs like stop working because I do use Streamlabs for a few things. I don't use slobs or anything, but I'm gonna drink my coffee, guys. This is where we could get one of those little mini games like Fubar Prime's made and bring it up. You could all have a little bit of a mini game, earn yourself some grum bombs, maybe. Gamma hacks, yeah, that's it, Bomber. Turn the camera up, man. Turn the camera up. Yesterday I phoned Sky about your internet being sluggish. All right, Jags. Complained like mad. Ended up being put through to the retentions team. Always a good start, mate. Now I'm getting faster broadband up to 80 and a new Sky something multi-room deal, and that's for 35 a month less. Oh, dude, nice one. I quite often go to the Virgin retention team. I'd say once a year, once every 18 months. And then play the old, no, I'm going to Sky now. Don't want to stow you anymore. And sometimes I come out of it with a half decent deal, mate. Yeah. Nice one, Jags. Is it actually all fixed now? I mean, is it all working? How's the house as well, dude? I keep forgetting to ask you. How's the sort of slightly the slightly wonky house, bro? Are you back in it and it's all been sorted, or? Start your stream all the time with the mic muted. Everyone's like, I can't hear you. I've done it. I think everyone's done it, Ninja. Kids have gone back to school. I've been back for a couple of weeks. Oh, I thought was it Juppy? I think the UK ones all go back. So the North American one wouldn't have affected us because we're talking about the European ingest servers anyway. But I think in England the kids all go back end of next week, don't they? End of next week or the week after. Yeah, my issues. It was interesting because Simpsy let me know about what was his name, Summit. You'll have seen me quite often talk about Windows updates, literally just messing all my sound up, and it's not actually damaging my sound or corrupting anything. What happens is that all my audio devices either get renamed or allocated to different USB ports, for example. And it happens nearly every single Windows update. And I have spoken to several people on Reddit about this. And all the same, the one thing we've all got in common is we are dual rig streamers. And Summit, I think it was Summit, posted it out on Twitter, and it was wonderful to watch everyone saying, yeah, I've got the same problem, mate, every time. It's so infuriating. It's so infuriating. I dread a Windows update just for that, because I've got one of three workarounds will always fix things. And unfortunately, one of those three workarounds and solutions actually takes a while. Because of the way I have to test it. It can take me about 10 to 15 minutes to, and that's assuming it all goes right. But of course, I have to test the other ones as well. So you could be looking at around 40 minutes every Windows update, just getting everything balanced back out. It's really annoying. Oh, really, Miss Groot? Oh, no. It's like they know you don't have the option. That sucks, mate. Oh. They've kind of got you, and they know they've got you. So the house is all fixed now, except they are taking their time to come and paint it. Their excuse was we have been moved to... What? Their excuse we've been moved to painting schools. I suppose they're getting them ready for the new school year, aren't they? You're right, Gincast. Which settings do you need to turn down? Tried to play A17 vanilla and GPU usage was at 100% non-stop. What resolution you playing at, Gin? What resolution you hitting? You might not want to hear it, but a lot of people have. I mean, Wentex, for example, had his was unplayable at 1440p. He dropped it to 1080p, and it plays like absolutely beautifully. I haven't had that issue. I haven't. It seems to have very little difference on my performance from 1080 to 1440. So there's one thing you can try. If you're playing at a decent resolution, you can also turn down in-game anti-aliasing. In fact, I strongly recommend you turn off in-game anti-aliasing. It comes a hell of a performance hit, and it does very little. It's a terrible anti-aliasing implementation. So use you know, even if you just want to use it through NVIDIA Inspector or the NVIDIA control panel and just whack in some FXAA, for example, you'll get better anti-aliasing at a fraction of the performance cost. So there's two things you can try. And then let us know you get on with that, mate. You right, Miss Nordic? How you doing, mate? What's the other things? Shadows in all games tend to be quite a hard hit. And to be honest, I've not done any testing in Alpha 17, but in Alpha 16, having the medium setting actually gave me better looking shadows than the high setting. I started noticing huge aliasing on shadows on the high setting. It's almost like the anti-aliasing algorithm wasn't being ran through the shadows for some reason. So you can try that as well. Draw, and obviously all the other things which are obviously, you know, I don't know your graphics card, so I don't know how much room you've got, but things like draw distance, you know, that's going to have a massive impact. Roll on Alpha 18 and the introduction of occlusion, and we should all be sitting pretty, I hope. You just hear a zombie. Oh, and the other one, Jinkaz, and again, I'm just going to say this because it's something that not a huge amount of people knew about back in like Alpha 15 and 16. And honestly, I've never tested it. I've never tested it since Alpha 17 released. So I honestly cannot tell you whether or not this is a thing. I can tell you I saw a massive difference in Alpha 16, for example. And this is going to make you laugh, mate. Go to the options where you enable or disable voice communication in the game and turn it off. I honestly do not know if it makes any difference anymore, but there was some weird ass bug with this game where if you had in-game voice communications enabled, it literally destroyed your frame rate. I think it was only there for a couple of the Alpha 16 builds. But it did make a difference. If you were affected by whatever it was, and maybe it was only people with certain drivers, I can't tell you, mate. But I always have in-game voice communication turned off just because I saw such a marked difference in that. It's, you know, you don't need voice comms in this game. You know, most people, it's going to sound terrible anyway. You might as well use Discord or TeamSpeak or whatever the hell it is that you use anyway, or Steam. Worth trying, dude. Just worth trying, you know. If it makes no difference, you can pop it back on, and you don't, you know, it makes no difference, does it? It's alright, Mr. Story. Yeah, it's nice to be back. I was just saying a couple of times today, it's really just to get a baseline. You know, it's going to be a nice, chilled few streams. You know, to just get an understanding of what, you know, vanilla Alpha 17 was before we go into Alpha 18 to give me a nice, you know, a nice foundation for discussion. You know, you know, this has changed, that's changed. You know, this looks better and that doesn't look better, and performance and things like that. So yeah, you know, it's quite important for me, this, to be honest. Oh, you're right, Pixie. How you doing, mate? How's things? Morning, morning, morning. You played more Anno. I actually watched a little bit of cheeky Anno myself yesterday. James Guy Holland was playing it, Pixie, and oh wow, it looks good. It looks like such a fun game. Yeah. Oh, one day, I think I can sense an Anno stream. Yeah, definitely. Looks like a lot of fun. It's so good looking. Yeah, I really get sucked into it. I really want to be there and just nudge James out of his seat and like, come on, let me have a go. You played it right now, are you, Cass? Yeah. Oh, it looks wicked, dude. Honestly, it's the first game of that genre that I've actually sat there and genuinely, you know, I kind of liked that genre. I've always liked that genre, and yeah, you know, I've seen a lot of games. You know, we spoke about a whole host of them recently, haven't we? Tropico and things like that. But I think I've been bitten. Holy shit, dude! I've been fucking bitten. I knew I'd fucking been bitten yesterday. God damn it. Little buggers. A nice lot. Just suddenly went down to my ankle and had a scratch and I just plucked something off it. Jesus Christ, that hurt. Thought I had yesterday when I was out and about. What's that, Pixie? Tedious. What? Oh dear. You nearly got a new name yesterday, didn't you, Kayon? Let me just have a look at this, because now it's itching like mad. Hang on a sec. Oh god, that's nightmare fuel. Oh god, that hurts so much now. Oh dear. God damn it. It's like I've awoken the anger now on whatever it was that nibbled me bum. Well, nibbled me ankle. Yeah, that time of year when all the creepy crawlies are having their last sort of romantic interludes before they all die for the winter. Covered in bites, driving you nuts as the dog is treated. Looking at the pack this morning and it's just out of date, so that's probably why. Oh, what the hell? What? Oh, Jesus. Ugh. That's, the worst thing I've ever been bitten by was horseflies. I've been stung. I've been stung so many times. It's ridiculous. Wasps, bees, and I'm talking about like loads of, you know, loads of stings simultaneously, not just the odd sting. Been nibbled by mozzies and all the rest of it. Horseflies. Oh my fucking god. I have never had an overwhelming sort of anger of pain as I did with horseflies. That they were hideous. I've actually still got some scars from those horseflies. I actually had some mandibles actually stuck in one of the bites. I must have somehow, because they're serrated, aren't they? The horsefly jaw is actually a serrated jaw. And oh shit, honestly, that was borderline unbearable. Loads of the bastards. Oh. The dog has just gone for a trip to the vet, so the person who usually walks in the dog is not going to be happy. Might have been quite bouncy the last few days, because Cody had a grass seed that had kind of impregnated between his paws, and he was not a happy little chappy for a while. But, he's all better now, so I think because because he's been moping about a little bit, feeling rather under the weather. And Toby's not had, you know, his play friend to attack and pounce on and try and shag. They're sort of back together as best friends at the minute, so they've been quite the bouncy pair the last last few days. How'd you get Grumbot to have coloured text? I think you just do. You can do things like you can make it so it's like /me, so you can do it as well. So if you do, is it / or backslash? No, / or /me, and then type something in chat, and it makes it look like you're saying it. What the hell is that? Oh my god! Oh Jesus! I thought I saw a giraffe. Look, fucking giraffe, bro. Pretty sure they're not in the game, mate. What was that, Chaos? What's up, mate? What game, Grummy? Yeah. Right. So, hang on, hang on. Where's all the cobble? You gotta be kidding me! I left the cobblestone over there. You know. Get the old torch out when we go down here. If you change your name, you lose your sub badge. No. Change your name officially through Twitch. You'll be nothing changes. You know, your follow histories. Everything about your account is exactly the same. You just have a new name. But for every channel that you go to that runs an external bot, so whereas we have Grumbot, that won't know you've changed your name. So you'll have, you know, it will be as if you've never followed us. It will be as if you've never subbed to us. It will be as if you've never had a Grumbomb. But we can fix that. So if you are a member of the community here and you do a name change and you want us to give you your previous statistics and accumulation of Grumbombs and all that, we can do it for you. And all we need to know is that you put the request in, and we need to know the old name and the new name, and we can get you all up and singing and dancing. Now, what do we have to here? Right, so how do I just make flagstone, do I? Ah. So this is where the new system's going to be so cool, because, for example, I'm not going to have to commit to making X number of anything. You know, I will just make the flagstone block, and then I can convert that block into any shape I want on the fly, and that is just going to make building so much simpler. And sometimes simple is not a good thing in video games. So sometimes the oversimplification of a game does not always bode well for some players. But that is a quality of life change that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I've lived in one of these before, Pixie. It's the one where I had the big gyrocopter landing pad. I don't know if you remember that one. Oh, has Chaos changed his name? Oh, Captain Chaos _ Oh, I didn't see the underscore. I was going to say how did... got you. And oh, there you go. Simpson's already done it, look. I'm about 10 minutes behind in chat here, and I've nothing new there. Yeah, I had the big... Yeah, I built like a big wall around it, didn't I, Pixie? And then had like the gyrocopter landing pad on top. That was just one of the most bizarre things I'd ever built, I think. Right, let's make flagstone blocks. I don't know. Let's make 40 of them to start with. Now I'm going to need 2 of those. I'm going to need half blocks. I'm probably going to need, well, let's make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7 probably. Can you hear something like a vulture or something making a racket somewhere? I can hear something. Choppy. Let's get some wood. Cheers, Simpsy. You're right, Santa. You're over 65 and forget things. You are young, fit, and healthy. What is your excuse for forgetting stuff? Lack of sleep. An absolute, total, just monumental lack of legit sleep, dude. It is what I blame that on. But also something that, as I mentioned earlier, I do have a wonderful, and I actually really like this. I have a wonderful talent. Is that a Daphne? I do have a wonderful talent for not remembering films and books, dude. Some stuff that is an absolute classic, of course, I'll remember. But I can go and watch a film, and I have a wonderful way of. I don't think it's that I forget, to be honest. It's probably the wrong thing to say. I have a way to just actively forget when I'm watching a film. A lot of people say, "Oh, I've already seen this." Even if I've seen a film 3, 4, 5 times, I can watch it and almost try and forget what's about to happen. To sit back and let the experience flow over me again. I've read so many books, Gemmell, Tolkien, Herbert, so many of their books, many, 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 many times, and honestly, I do have a wonderful ability to forget the immediate future when I'm in a creative experience. I don't think it's normal. I don't think it's something that a lot of people have the ability to do. The girlfriend, for example, can't watch it. If she's watched the film like a couple of 3 days ago, she can't watch it again. She'd rather go and do something else. Whereas I can, and I can literally almost turn off from what I already know. And I kind of like that. It means I can relive those experiences pretty quickly. I enjoy it. I am. I'm actually trying to get down my dog, Dad, while I'm waiting for this bloody cobblestone. You're going on 35 hours, are you, Niflorums? I managed to catch little dozes recently. I used to try and get like a nice 4 to 5 hours a night. And I think over the last few months, because I've had to travel so much, especially with Dad being poorly, I've been getting like little power naps, but I can't do them in the day. I can't have a power nap in a day. Like I can grab like 30 minutes straight after a stream or something, and it just keeps me going. I can hear you, but I can't see it. This coffee's really nice though. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that, Pixie. But I think as I was saying that, it's not that I have actually forgotten. If I go and watch a film I watched a couple of 3 days ago, or even 3 years ago, I am, of course, I'm going to remember it. But I can kind of turn it off in my brain. I can say I don't want to remember this. I don't want to remember that. Blank it out. Don't think about what's going to happen. Just enjoy the ride again, I suppose. Seems to have very few torches. Where are all the torches that I had? I had loads of them earlier. I had 7. And I don't know where I put them all. Oh, I bet they're in... Oh my god, really, dude? They're in the mine, aren't they? Got 7. We're gonna need more than that, aren't we? We're gonna need loads more than that. Right, okay, in that case. Blank stone blocks. Let's make... Oh, let's treat ourselves to a cheeky 30. Why not, right? Oh, dude, really? Ah, there we go. Right, let's go put the nipples on. Bright and early again, Lady Elvira. I can't believe you. The time difference we spoke about yesterday. You are out and about early, aren't you? 35. How come then, Niflorums? Anything? All good, I hope. Is it just because you're having a righteously good time? You thought you'd just stay awake and enjoy it? You're the same, are you, Mickey? Can watch a movie 2 weeks later like it was the first time. I blame the excessive weed smoking. so you actually do forget, right? Fair play, mate. Yeah, well, we had a funny discussion about bucket bongs the other week, mate. That'll be alright. I normally don't have it like that, do I? I normally kind of... Yeah, I think that's... You know what? That's what I didn't like about this the last time we built it in Ravenhurst. The first nip should be in line with that. So the nips are part of the support pillars. They were out of sync last night. I just suddenly realised what I did differently. It doesn't make any difference. How many nips is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we'll go... It's too late now, isn't it? I have to knock that out, won't I? We go for a 6th nipple. I don't know. I don't know if I like the thought of a 6th nipple. I'm a kind of 5 nipple kind of guy, you know what I mean? Got that one there. 7 of these bad boys. Ah, oh, building with the old advanced rotations. I love it, love it, love it. But I've missed this. I kind of almost hope that we get a little bit of time to do some building before Alpha 18 drops. It's been a long time since I've built anything in this game. Chrysanthemum, die. Why is it not letting me put a block in here? Copy rotation. It isn't it? But I ain't a lot I can do about it, really. This needs... No, of course it doesn't. Got nothing to do with the height, dude. Let's grab those. Some more. Yep. And then how many of these do we... We're going to want another plate. I guess. One more plate. Craft. Try and get some more coffee down me. You're right, Big House. To be fair, even the vanilla feels like a totally new game because of all the minor updates. So I'm happily running with that. Thanks for the suggestions. I will add them to the list. So, sorry, what is this, Big House? After playing 7 days on console for years, you finally built the PC, and I'm now having the real latest version. Jesus, mate. If you've come from console, Big House, then you must be in like, oh god, you're literally playing the game at such a fun time, dude. I mean, we've got Alpha 18's about to pop, like literally any minute now. You know what you should do, dude? You should go and play. You should go and play if you get time. Go and play Alpha 16, and then go and play Alpha 17. And because that would be a wonderful experience for you to have. You know, the game fundamentally shifted so much between those two main builds. It's a crazy time for you to be. I'm almost envious that I'm not getting a chance to jump from console to the PC version right now. Ah, damn, dude. I only own it on PlayStation 4, and it's been a long time since I played it, Big House. And honestly, dude, what a absolute mess compared to the PC version. It really is such a difference. You know, I love my consoles. I'm not one of these like PC master race knobbers who refuses to believe that the consoles have got any games worth playing on them, you know. I really do like my consoles, but damn, just wow. This game on console, it's a miracle it even ran. And they did so many things to actually make it playable, because it wasn't even playable at one point. I mean, it really wasn't. Back when I think I picked it up first a couple of weeks after it was first released. Even like what we back then would have known as a tier 2 board, it just didn't. It was awful. It was such a bad experience. It's a dream come true. I hope you enjoy it, honestly, mate. It is a truly, truly wonderful game. It has got problems. You know, I'm never going to sit here and say it's the perfect game, because I don't think such a thing exists, but you've got a wonderful journey ahead of you, mate. You'd really, honestly, the jump from Alpha 16 to 17 is really, really strange. Such a, the whole core of, there's my mama, look. The whole core of the game just changed so radically. Now, this is where I need to be careful, isn't it? Because if I put a block there, we're screwed. So I have to put the ramp blocks in there. So let's make some rampies. So if we go, I mean, it'd be nice to go 3 high. So if you go, what, 12? But let's not go crazy. Let's go for that 8. Of these. There we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking, mate. My biggest wish for Alpha 18, you know, as a silly wish, is that on block rotations we can go backwards. So when I go past the one that I want, I can just go backwards rather than have to go back through the entire rotation in a single direction again. That alone would be the greatest improvement in quality of life in this game imaginable. There's nothing, especially, you know, when you're tired and you're trying to do a really complicated build, and it's like shit, just like that, and you go past it, and you think, God damn it, dude! And then you sort of like go, you rapidly click to get back where you are, and you go past it again. Before you know it, it's just like, oh my god, dude. It's wasted 10 minutes of my life trying to do one block. Plates we want next. Plates. Flagstone plates. So if you go for 8 of those to start as well. No, 6. What was this? Is this because you're new to sorry, Big Hands, are you new to PC gaming then, are you, bro? In the sense of you just come back after a long departure. I mean, was this the game that kind of inspired you to get the gaming rig back up and running, or what have you? I don't know whether to actually build a base around it. So I kept saying I was going to do that, and I never did I? It would almost be kind of nice to have this as an actual base and have this like going out 4 ways or something. To actually turn it into a build. Not sure. Ooh, I don't know. Four more plates, so... it'd be nice to put some bars in there so we can see out with some glass. We can do that at a later date, can't we? Let's just get a functional for now. I put the back on it and put a door in there. I kind of fancy a door in there. Why not, right? Just stick a little cheeky door in, just so we can leg it if it all goes to shit. Probably will at some point. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, mate. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Work of art, sunshine. Work of bleeding art, mate. So we just need some illumination, don't we? And we're going to need... Let's have a... Can you convert these back to sort of cobblestone? We're going to want... Plates. Plates. Where's all my plates gone? Plates. Let's go and get some torches and things. What's that, Pixie? You learned 7 days Alpha 16 on the setting just before running. I was thrown into it. Best thing you ever did. It was quite a commonly repeated suggestion. You know, if a new player came into chat and says like, what advice would you give in it? I used to get a little bit kind of like, please don't say that, when people say, oh, you know, it's a really hard game, play it on easy mode for your first few hours. And I always thought, please don't do that. Please don't make it easy. Because the game actually is really easy. There's just a lot to learn. And I think if you play a game like this on easy mode, it actually takes away a lot of the fun. My best advice was just enjoy dying over and over and over. Just learn why you died every time. Because you only get one chance to learn the early game of 7 days. Because you learn so much every single time. Every single time you die, there's a reason you died. You know, you've just learned about structural integrity. Your whole base just collapsed in on your face. You've suddenly realised, you know, you can't outrun a dog when you're heavily encumbered. And you only get one shot at that. And I think if you play a game in super easy mode, you take a part of that learning experience away from you. And more important, you take away the enjoyment of getting better. You know, you've not necessarily got better playing on easy mode. Had it easy. You simply learned things. You know, that second time the dog pack chases you and you hear them, you think, well, I know what to do this time around. Or you learn to keep bandages on your hotbar in the early game. I mean, how many people bleed out early game? Remember, even if you've got no bandages, you might have the shirt on your back that you can strip down into cloth. And I think if you play it on too easy a mode, you lose that sense of progression. Yeah, that's right, Pixie. Yeah, you're right, Fraggy. What's that, Fraggy? 11. Oh, because you're sorry, Fraggy. You're off to WoW, aren't you, bro? You did it with a community. Was grand. You learned very quick. Yeah, we're gonna lose you forever, ain't we, Fraggy? When Monday rolls over. Let me get this coffee down with that, guys. It's. I bet you're super excited, ain't you, mate? You're right, Satos. How are you doing, bro? You ended up building some amazing houses underground. It was so much fun back in the early days. Because the one thing this game had that so few other games, other than really Minecraft, had was the ability to build underground bases. You know, nearly all the games that were around at the same time, you know, they had mining and survival elements, but it just meant hitting a rock on the top. You know, we literally used to start a server back in the Alpha 8 days, and we literally just all dug a hole, dug a hole, dug a hole, just straight down, and that's where we started every time. The entrance used to be surrounded by spikes. We probably lost more health getting into our bases than we ever did during a horde night back in those days. Frank is literally gone to bed for the weekend, so he's all fully charged for Monday. Wow. I'm going to miss you. This place is going to be like a ghost town on Monday because everyone's going to be playing like WoW Classic. It's going to be crazy, mate. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm more worried about my real in life thirst at the minute, mate. I'm trying to get his coffee down my neck. I remember the little potato farms, the underground potato farms we used to have. I was a bit naughty on the one server. We had this long shaft coming down into like the main entrance, and I'd got a load of barrels of gas, and I was popping them at the bottom of the stairs. So of course, as you're going down the stairs, you wouldn't have seen it because it was basically recessed one block. And I remember all hell breaking loose. There was like Chica and Ben and a couple of other people, and first person came down the ladder, and I just shot the barrels literally as they got off the ladder, and they died and respawned in. And it just that was it, mate. It was like the Benny Hill show for about 2 hours, mate. It was all out warfare in the dwarven caverns. We're gonna pop in and lurk. Have you already started on your servers now? Then, yeah. Mm-mm-mm. The coffee is good. Ah, lovely jubbly, lovely jubbly. Very nice indeed, sir. Very nice indeed. Well, oh, I didn't need all those then, did I? Oops, that was... take those. Take those. I'll tell you what, let's treat ourselves to one more because we can go over 100%, can't we? Bosh, bosh. We'll keep those for a little bit. We'll keep that. Organics, organics, organics. Let's go and finish off. I wonder what I did with the torches. Down the hole, we reckon, don't we? So let's leave some of those. Let's take some of that and some of that. Let's make some more torches. 10. Oh, no, we haven't actually seen a lot of creatures, have we? Since we've set up the camp. I think that's one of the important... Oh, because we can make the bicycle, can't we? Oh, I forgot about that. Good point. In fact, that's a very good point. What's that? Someone built E1M? I don't even know what E1M1 is, mate. I don't know what that is. Ravanius is going to be no lifing it. Yeah, I'd love to join a PvP server. I think I'm just setting myself up for epic heartache. I might bounce into it, but, you know. What's it? What's that? What's a subscription these days? £8.99, £9, £10. What is it? I've still got a couple of active accounts. Well, I say active as in access to a couple of accounts. They did screw me over massively, Blizzard. Can't remember exactly what the shenanigans was, but I had like one. I bought like when I went back to it a couple of years back. I bought some like an actual box copy in game. I just happened to be passing it, and they got this like silly deal on, and it gave me like free access to WoW and a couple of expansions or something. But there was something really weird about it, which meant that I then couldn't actually purchase anything on that. I couldn't upgrade that account to the latest expansion. It was like nonsensical. And I actually got in a bit of a tiz with Blizzard because it was blatant false advertising. You know, I mean, it really was. I mean, it was blatantly. But they just didn't give a shit. They just did not give a shit. But Blizzard are just so huge. They're untouchable, mate. You're never going to win. That was the. So remember, I used to talk about this. They literally. I said, well, that's it. Then I'm going to take this, you know, to a tribunal or something because this is just, you know, just a bit of a silly threat. And they actually sent me a response back, giving me all the names and details and contact details for their lawyers. Talking about calling my bluff, mate. It was like, yeah, whatever, mate. Yeah, fine. We'll see you in court, bro. You wanker. You know, there's just this little me, like, I think there's some what do they got, ombudsman or whatever they're called. Some fair practice bloody legislation or something. And they're like, yeah, take us to court. We can give a fuck. We get taken to court every day, mate. We got an entire freaking billion-dollar law team sitting behind us. Feel free. Be my guest, mate. We'll see you in court. But yeah, they did screw me over. So I ended up having to set up another account in order to play with Ben, I think it was. Here when everyone's the very first Doom level. Oh, right. Could have just said that. Never heard of it, dude. I didn't even know they had names, mate. I just called it level 1. Fire more PvP alliances where your name is reserved. And I know Mojo reserved the name on that server as well. Yeah, I won't be playing PvP. That's a definite no. I just, if I get into it, I don't want to deal with the shit that a small streamer's going to get from the gank teams. And I think I've just had to come to that conclusion, unfortunately. There's no way. There's no way it's going to end well for me, so. Now, what we could do, we could leave that like that, and then we could build some spikes around it, which I've never done before. So let's do that. So spikes like really expensive. At one point, they were crazy, weren't they? They made them like 100 freaking wood. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, back 12 should do it, shouldn't it? Yeah, why not? Let's do that. Let's do that. So that's horde based then. So we now have it'll just give us some XP. Quite happy with that. Pro GM tip: if anyone mentioned legal, the GM can only reply with a legal guff and end the chat. It was done in a very sarcastic way, mate. It was I'll see if I can dig it out. It was somebody on the ticket side of things, because this wasn't in game. This was a support ticket. You could literally sense the oozing. Bring it on. You know, we must hear this 100 times a day, mate. I would have had a case though. I mean, I'm not even shitting you. It was blatant false advertising, and they freaking knew it, mate. It was appalling what I essentially thought I was buying and what I actually got. I even sent them like photographs of the printed packaging on the box and everything. And I can't really remember. It was one of those really weird things. It was quite a detailed cock-up, basically. But, so it means I have got 2 active accounts. Two active, well, I say active, 2 accessible WoW accounts. So I suppose I'd just have to reactivate one and then I might consider it. The other, it's like I said, the other thing is I'd have to reset up my whole streaming rig. You're not going to want to listen to this. No, this is a loud keyboard, man. It is. It's really snarky, Wentex. It is. It literally is like, we would love you to pursue this. we would honestly, and it's not, it's literally, we would love you to pursue what you believe is a claim against us. Please bring it on. Quite amusing. Right, let's get. Well, I'll tell you what. There's no reason to get rid of them. We might as well leave them in there, right? Pop that in there. Is there anything else I need to do right now? I mean, obviously scavenging for some weapons would be nice. What's preventing me making lots and lots of arrows? Anything in particular, or arrows? It's nice to be playing 7 days. I do find it a very relaxing game because I know I've got the fun of the more hardcore stuff. You know, there's wonderful tiered quest. Oh yeah, actually, I wonder if we could. Do you reckon we've got time to nip over? It's 3:28. Do you reckon we can make it to the trader? Trouble is, it's going through a snow biome. Let's take some bacon and eggs and some water. We need to get some. I'm going to take these torches with us because it's starting to build up that heat map, isn't it? And we really don't want that. I should probably go and pick up my land claim block as well, shouldn't I? Pop that down. It wouldn't hurt to have that in place. It is Horde night tomorrow, so I'm better off being at home tomorrow than I am today. Let's see if we can make a little. You never know. It might be a little house we can stop in when we're over there. Let's go for a little wonder. You alright, Trip? How you doing, mate? Nice to see you again. Quick question. How do you get the exocrafts in No Man's Sky? You have to carry on with the main, some of the quest chains, and you'll get given. You know, you should have been given the guy, like the overseer of your first base. So there's a load of quests to go and recruit various scientists, and you'll then have access to their modular bays. And one of them is the exocraft scientist. You'll go and find him, invite him to come and visit your base, and then you'll go back to your base and build the exocraft scientist's terminal, basically, mate. Mine actually wasn't like that, Wentax. Mine wasn't actually quite like that. It felt like, I know what you're saying about they had no like fluidity over it, but it very much felt like I was still speaking to that person. It felt like you're right, Grub. Yeah, oh right, okay, yeah. I can kind of see your point of view, mate. You know, if you really want to like, pursue that, then obviously here's the details for the lawyers. It still felt legit. It didn't feel like. I mean, obviously it's a copy paste of all the details, but honestly, mate, that's what bothered me more. It didn't feel like I was speaking to a human and then suddenly fobbed off with a copy pasta. It actually felt like I was still speaking to, Johnny, and Johnny was like, "You're right, Grum. Yeah, you still. Oh right, okay. Yeah, I see your point of view. Okay, well, what I'll do then, mate. Obviously, there's nothing else I can do to help you out, mate. So, it is the details of our lawyer." I just like you fucking wanker. I thought I got a rapport going on here, mate. I thought you were going to understand me. It wouldn't have cost them anything, mate. It wouldn't have cost them anything. All I needed to do was be able to actually add an expansion to that account, but that account was not eligible for additional expansions. It was so infuriating. I'd got a character sitting there that I'd started playing, and I wanted to carry on playing that character, and just this completely nondescript, vague statement about it being a trial game. But it's like I was saying to me, it doesn't make sense though, bro. People are going to buy the trial game, but now you're telling me that I've got to start a game. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you force me to do that? I just don't understand it. It's not like it was even a digital thing. It was actually a box I purchased in game. It makes no sense, bro. Just let me play my character, please, for the love of God. You got 3 guys in your base. So have you not got the exocraft dude then? I mean, the exocraft dude should send you on like a little series of quests, and then you can start making things like You can buy them. You do know that, right? As well. You have to. I think you still have to buy. I mean, for example, I still haven't bought the blueprint for the bike or whatever it is trip, which you can get on the space anomaly now. Because obviously things will have changed with a patch, but. Oh wow, I am getting. So basically, I'm gonna die then, aren't I? I'm actually gonna die. I need a campfire. I mean, zombies. Does this count? Does this count? Ooh, jeez, we're getting a bit chilly, mate. A bit chilly. Grab that, grab that. Here's what we could do. We could put that down there, and then it will look kind of... Each time we come over to our trader, we can warm our cockles, look. Let's have a look what it's saying. Freezing. You are freezing. Find clothing, take shelter, equip a torch, or build a campfire. When you're freezing, you will burn more calories. Okay. This was what used to murder me in Ravenhurst, wasn't it? You still get fuel from chairs? You can. That works nicely still. You can skip the quest and just buy the blueprint. Yeah, that's right. Because I know for a fact, I never even saw the quest for the motorbike. I didn't even know there was a motorbike equivalent in the game. And yeah, that's the one that I can still buy from the space anomaly. Yeah. Right, Cavers. New update. No, yeah, it's a chance for me just to get a baseline, just to remember what the original game was like, Cavers. So I'm playing completely 100% vanilla. 7 days to die. You know, no mods whatsoever. Just so I can remember the game. I'm in a in a better position to have a chinwag about Alpha 18 because we're getting pretty close now, Cavers. Pretty close. Have our hands on it in the next few weeks, I would have thought. Possibly even as early as next weekend. I think that's probably wishful thinking, personally, but... You're just being a knob now, mate. Come on, son. What's going down here, bro? Get out of here. Wonder why they've made it so you can skip the quests. You're saying you literally don't even need to do the quest. See that? I don't like that. I don't understand why they do that. The quests were part of the game. I don't understand why you enable people just to cut out swathes of the content just by going and buying a... It seems a bit crap, that. Why have a questing system and just enable players to completely bypass it? I saw your arms, mate. I saw your arms. Flapping about in your wardrobe like that. You wish they would have expanded exocrafts. Having ability to buy different ones procedurally generated, just like with ships. Yeah. There's a big argument against some elements that some of the community were after, because some of the community was saying that they really wanted to be able to like choose the colours, you know, have full control over the colours of their ships, and I read it and I thought, you know what, I couldn't agree more. That makes total sense. You know, we kind of like painting our vehicles and ships and builds and things, don't we? But I failed to take into account the alternative there, and the alternative peeps that had spent hours and hours and hours actually looking for that ship that they really, really wanted. And for them, that would take away a huge part of that search, you know, that intergalactic search for that ship that, you know, very few other people had got, you know, of that design in that colour. I kind of get that. I do understand it, but I think ultimately they'll... If they can make shipbuilding kind of modular, which it already is. I mean, like I said, because I use the hauler so much and I like the hauler, I over time learnt to spot the familiarities between them. You know, there's only so many cockpits, only so many wings and tail fins, and it would be really cool to be able to actually design your own ship. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. What we don't want to be doing is giving them any ideas for new content, because the last thing we need right now for No Man's Sky is more content. What we need is them to goddamn fix their broken ass fucking game. Fix the broken ass game, and then I'll be back in a heartbeat. Stop giving me new content, because all you're doing is breaking and new stuff. You haven't fixed the old stuff yet. Nice one, Trip. 664 million. Can't be bad. If anyone does get sulfurine working, let me know, because I will start nipping back and sorting my farms out. I'm not even gonna boot it up until I know that's fixed. Yeah, Wentex and Sudoku there. I mean, what's the reasoning? Why would they introduce a questing system for something like the exocrafts and the farming, and then just enable us to completely bypass it and go and purchase blueprints? I just find that really weird. Again, it's this oversimplification of gaming that seems to just resonate with all developers. It's like, well, they could go do some questing, or they could just click a button. I don't understand it. I don't understand this weird mentality that seems to be going around. Spiders on this. Big mamas. The big mamas, the big mamas, the big mamas. Try not to go around in a circle this time, yeah? I didn't realise they were time gated. No, there's a part of an answer. So I didn't know they were time. I just thought, you know, you did the quest chain. You know, you could do nothing but exocrafts from day one, and then have the exocrafts unlocked in a matter of minutes. You know, if you did the I didn't know that. So they only unlocked. So you what really? So they actually only unlocked after you'd had like X amount of playtime. But that sucks if that's what you're saying. I had no idea. You never knew there was a quest, really? I suppose, to be fair, some of the signposting of content in that game is horrendous. I mean, you know, it's a lot better than it used to be. But it is the developers, though, isn't it, Hammerhands? I know what you're saying, but it is the developers. It's them that ultimately are making it easy mode. You know, you can't blame the player base for everything. I mean, if we got everything we wanted, you know, the world would be a very messy place, wouldn't it? At the end of the day, it's the developers that are making the decision to make everything super easy and oversimplify. They've still got to take responsibility for it. There's plenty of games that don't do that. I think part of the problem, especially with indie developers, is they tend to listen to people on their forums, and that's one of the biggest mistakes I think any developer can make. Because people that frequent forums tend to be the vocal minority that shout very, very loud. And you suddenly end up with a very small contingent of very hardcore players that are talking about mechanics that, you know, are going to be great for them, but not great for the general player base. And I think that's the danger. See, most people that are happy with the game and enjoying it don't go bitching and moaning on a forum. They're spending their time actually playing the video game, aren't they? And I see it time and time again with early access games where fundamental key shifts in mechanics and direction of a game come about as a result of what amounts to a player base bullying the developers, and the developers caving to it because they're in panic mode that they're upsetting, you know, the hardcore player base. But don't worry about the hardcore player base. Worry about, you know, the thousands of other people that don't come to your forum. See, the problem is, and this is part of the problem with the digital age, isn't it? Is that vocal minority now have a platform to scream and shout because they can post it all over Twitter, can't they? We see it all the time with this game. Paul Joel, team are working their ass off, and they come up with a new bit of content. You know, they're reintroducing, for example, books, and a new sort of crafting system or whatever it's going to be. And Joel wants to post it up on Twitter. Now, come and have a look at this. And literally, no one talks about the content. No one's there to say, "Oh, that's brilliant." What you end up with is thousands of console players who, quite rightly, are pissed off, talking negatively, and that's what they've ended up with. You know, they've still got to shoulder the blame, the responsibility. I mean, how the hell that all came about? I'm never going to make it home with that lot, am I? I just suddenly realised we are a long way from home. Let's go make a box and put some of this here because it's right next to the trader, so we can use this as a dumping ground. Let's get the fire back up and running. pure storage chest. Was that lightning and thunder and things out there? We'll pop a little storage box down there. Let's just throw everything in. Oh, what was that? Is that some sort of stealth? Oh, what was? Oh, ho, we got rag remover already. You jammy sod. Won't be saying no to that, mate. Jammy sausage. Let's go and say hello to the trader. It's 8:22. No, I tell you what, sod it. Let's go home. I didn't realise how close this actually was. We'll take that. We'll take those. We'll take all weapons and ammo. Jars. Don't like that. That's crap. Shall we take a sledgehammer? Iron reinforced club or a sledgehammer? As much as I have played with the sledge, I'm never going to be melee, but the sledgehammer, as much as it was awesome fun, it's also very slow, isn't it? Not my favourite. We're going all the way up there. Until, what was that? Until beyond, yeah. You can't get players, you can't keep the lights on, so they have to, yeah. But then that's what, I suppose that's what I was saying, Hammer. I think that's the problem. I think a lot of devs listen to a very small pocket of their community. It's an easy mistake. The Fun Pimps used to make it. I mean, I used to follow this game, which is sort of like fervorishly back in, you know, the alpha 5 through 8 days on their forums. I honestly felt like the Fun Pimps sometimes were not making the decisions that the player base was, and it was something that I saw change. You know, I think that's a lot of why Joel is so defensive about decisions he makes now, because he knows how it ended up last time. I think they learned a lot as a development team about, you know, this game has got some very passionate people that will voice their opinions anywhere and everywhere they think they'll be heard, myself included on the stream, you know. But the Fun Pimps decided to stay true to what they wanted to do. Now, Alpha 17 was the first time I saw that decision cause a divide in the player base. It would be very interesting to see what they've done in Alpha 18. Will they fundamentally change everything? Let's see what happens. It's going to be an exciting time. It's going to be the most exciting alpha, I think. I think a lot of the alphas previously, we've kind of had a flavour for what's coming. It's primarily been content addition. You know, things like power, traps. This time around, we kind of... This is more... Alpha 18 is going to be more of a change to the core mechanics, isn't it? And I think some people are looking for a bit of a shift back to the days of Alpha 17 in some ways. It's going to be a really interesting one. Emerald, yeah, Emerald's really important. Yeah, Emerald for things like active. Was it chromatic metal and stuff like that? Dude? What's that called? LMG looks fun. More guns, don't stop there. More, please. What's that? LMG. Good morning, chicks. How you doing, sir? How's the old blade manufacturing going? I really need to get some decent clothes. See, in Alpha 18, I'll be able to make more, hopefully, if I get the book. I'll be able to make a puffer jacket and a duster, won't I? So there's actually a 90-minute cooldown before each quest state. That's ridiculous. That is so lame, Sudoku. Thanks for telling me that, because I didn't know that. That is ridiculous. That has no place in modern day gaming, does it? That's just yeah, that's just crazy. I lost the torch. Oh no, did I put my oh balls. That torch that was in the box back at the that was my torch. Oh shit, zombies. 4 to 10, not good. Yeah. Oh, is that why you wanted it? For the, yeah. Chromatic metal is really important. It's one of the most... that's why I had my 6 refineries set up originally. Exactly for the emerald chromatic loop. Oh, hang on. Just going to mute out. I'm back. Girlfriend's been having a really bad morning. She woke up, she got no tea bags. So she went and got a tea bag, came home and found out she got no milk. It's not my fault. Not my fault. I didn't drink it all. Have there been teasers for Alfred? Yeah, loads, Pixie. Yeah, they've been posting up screenshots and little quick videos. We've even had like 2-3 hour long streams where they've multi-streamed with 3 of the developers actually playing Alpha 18. So yeah, there's a lot of sneak peeks. You know, we've got spears have been introduced. We know about the new death penalty. The books that Joel's been, really sort of ramping up. We know about occlusion being included. We know about the demolition zombie that's been introduced. So yeah, we've got a lot. We know a lot about this one. More than we normally do. It's been going well. Currently drinking coffee and tending to the little one who needs no tending. Wife spent her first night away from the baby yesterday. I doubt she lost any sleep. How did she find it, mate? Oh, you're talking about the light machine. Oh, I've not actually seen the LMG. Cool. Oh, I've not seen that. Sorry, that's why I didn't understand what you were saying. I didn't realise they'd introduced an LMG. Oh, cool. Nice one. No, he's been doing loads, Sudoku. No, loads and loads. In fact, he just hasn't stopped, mate, posting stuff up. Yeah, they've been really active with the YouTube and the Twitch footage. Is this game worth buying? It's always been worth buying, Picorino. It's been worth buying at least since Alpha 14, mate, which is several years ago now. It's been a very playable game ever. Well, people would argue since before that, but Alpha 14 definitely. What's Alpha 18 all about? Like, just a whole mix of new things, Faust. A complete revamp. I mean, the list is endless, dude. It's going to, again, every alpha we ever have is like a completely new game. The introduction of new weapons are a big thing. I don't think they've returned to learn by doing, but they have removed, for example, gated progression in terms of character experience, new death penalties, new POIs, new RWG mixer. It's a massive change, but it will still be, like I keep saying, it will still be 7 days. I think for players like me with thousands and thousands of hours into it, my question is more, will it have changed enough to sort of be a rebirth where I'm going to put another 2,000 hours into it? I'm not expecting that, and I'm not demanding it. I'd be over the moon if it happens, but will it be enough of a departure to keep me entertained for 6 months, 9 months, 12 months like previous alphas have? I can't expect that. The game is coming, ever closer to a conclusion. It could still be 2 years away before they conclude it and go gold with it. Who knows? Only they know, and probably I doubt they have got any idea when it's going to be, really. I guess they could go gold tomorrow if they wanted to. I can't imagine there are any legal issues from the original Kickstarter that are looming over their head. They will have met all those requirements some time ago. If they wanted to say, that's it, here we go, job done, I think they could do. They could have done it back in Alpha 14, 15 or 16, to be honest with you, mate. I think they enjoy working on it. I think they make a lot of money from it. I think the team themselves seem very friendly. It doesn't look like the kind of working environment where crunch is a big thing. That they take their time, they enjoy it. The money's flowing constantly. It's a good game. It's a well-received game. It's got a thriving community, both in and outside of the modding environments. It's a dream come true for a developer. They have no pressure at all, which we can see because of the gaps between alphas. If you play this with a girlfriend, I'll be able to save the game and continue another time for multi. Of course, can you? Yeah. You can have your own server, just locally host it if you want, Picorino, or you can host it externally, or you can even host it yourself and have other people playing it, not just the 2 of you. Yeah, absolutely, dude. The game constantly saves, so if you're in the world is running. If you're not in the world, it's not running. Time suspends, if you like. So yeah, totally, Picorino. Don't worry about that. Yeah, exactly, Fox. Yeah. Can you do the parkour up to get away. What's the, can you do the parkour to get up away from disease? What's that, Pixie? I just so misread that, Pixie. I said just milk her for some milk. What the hell, Pixie? I'm so tired, mate. It's going to be a year since the last. Is that? Yeah. When did it come out? When did the stream team get access to Alpha 17? We figured this out not so long ago, and I can't remember. There's so many salty people going on about the console demanding a refund, saying it wasn't worth the money yet before I got a PC. No, I disagree, Dan. If I was a console player, I absolutely fucking do want a refund. And the reason I need a refund is the game was never, ever, ever sold as an early access game. And we've even dug into the packaging on this in the UK. At no point was the Iron Galaxy and Telltale game version of 7 Days sold as early access. That game was fucking unplayable, dude. And I think if you bought it day one, you were entitled to a refund. The game did not perform as expected. It was terrible. It was actually unplayable. We got as far as a tier 2 horde, and we couldn't play it. The lag was so bad, just with 3 of us playing it, that you couldn't even stand on a wall, dude. You go to move forwards, and you just then suddenly end up off the wall, like 6 seconds later. If it had been sold and packaged like Ark was on the console, you couldn't buy Ark on the console without being told this is early access. Do not expect a good experience. They didn't do that. Telltale fucked us over as console players in this game. Straight up legit, you would have been entitled to a refund if you'd asked for it. They wouldn't have had a leg to stand on, mate. What happened with Telltale Games and the Fun Pimps, we'll never know. How the Fun Pimps ended up in a contract like that, where the other side goes bankrupt and the rights don't automatically return to them, is fucking beyond me, mate. So some lawyer somewhere needs a slap on the arse for that. Yeah, enjoy it, Picorino. PC version. Just get the PC version. Just don't touch the console version with a barge pole. It's not to say that you can't play it on console. Now it is actually a more than playable game. I'd rather play it on console than not play it. It's just you're gonna be upset though. You are. You're gonna see someone playing on PC and think, all right, I can't expect that visual fidelity. I'm playing on a console. I can't expect that frame rate. I'm playing on a console. But when you look at the content, it's still the equivalent of very early, to be honest, Alpha 14 and a mix of Alpha 15, isn't it, the console version? Telltale just offed it. Now, whether or not Iron Galaxy couldn't come up with the goods, or whether Telltale just wasn't funding them, we'll probably never know the story behind that, will we? But, Civitify, thank you for the 26 months, my friend. Thank you very much for the 26. Top banana, mate. Top banana. Nice to see you. When you jump on a block and put another one down, can you do that? You mean nerd polling? Yeah. Yeah. Of course you can. That was removed in Ravenhurst, though. There was no nerd polling in Ravenhurst. Well, I'll go. I actually quite liked it. It definitely made me think differently about how I play it. You've got a video for you to check out currently in development, but looks like it could be a great game if done right. Let me have a look. Oh my god, that's an hour-long video. Oh my god! Oh, I'm a massive fan of Dual Universe, dude. I've been so tempted to buy into it, right? Because they've just opened it up for NDA early access, haven't they? Well, not early access, alpha. Preview alpha. It looks amazing, Trip. I've been following Dual Universe since a couple of our community members first latched onto it. There's quite a few of them that do actually have access to the alpha. But of course, they're all under NDA. But yeah, it's looking really nice, dude. And some really interesting tech there as well. They've got a wonderfully unique way of running their network code. And the chances of us seeing a pretty well realised MMO version of that game is looking damn likely, mate. They are a very, very good developer team, mate. I'm nothing but impressed with them. So can I actually put that thing in here now? Out of there. Modify. Can I just put that in there, can I? Oh no, you have to make it, right? Ah, right. So it's a mod that you have to make. So it's got a recipe. Okay, alright. Well, it's not like we need it yet, but that's a really nice find. Reduces fall damage. Okay, now I could put that into my shoes, right? because that's a mod that's ready to go because it's got the little cog icon, yeah? I'm going to assume they're not moddable though. So presumably only when I make crafted armor will I be able to use that kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's have a look at skill points. I really need some more inventory space. You read the rights had been auctioned off the console? No. Don't know where you've heard that, mate. I'm not even sure I know what you mean. As far as I know, the Fun Pimps still don't have access to it. And I can't possibly imagine Telltale. Are you suggesting that Telltale are auctioning off the publishing rights for the remainder of that contract to somebody else? If you got a link, I'd love to see that. Because I didn't actually think about that as being a possibility. Interesting, dude. Interesting indeed, sir. Doesn't sound right there. Legally, that doesn't sound right. The fact you can build your own starship and sell it on the market is a great idea. Yeah, it's the last video I watched was all about the automation, the mechanical automation of like factories and refineries and things, mate. Looks amazing. Looks really, really well fleshed out. And the one thing I didn't realise until the last update trip with Dual Universe was aquatic and submersible vehicles. I had no idea that was even in the game, dude. And that to me, that's you give me an underground or an underwater, dark caverns or underwater oceanic environments. I love it, dude. That's what I love about gaming. I like that claustrophobia almost, that kind of sense of, you can't just leg it and be out of there. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it, bro. They're a very informative development team as well. They seem to be very respectful of the community. They don't pull their punches when they need to say, like, that's definitely not going to be in there, and we've got no intentions of adding it, and these are the reasons why. They're very open and honest about, setbacks. They had, I think they had an alpha that was due to release whatever date it was, and they would, look, we're not going to release it. We're not happy with it. We're going to have to wait a couple of weeks. And that's all you can ever ask for an early access game, isn't it? It's full transparency and disclosure. Whereas it's the exact opposite with something like Survive the Nights, where they just keep moving deadlines. The deadlines are just non-realistic. They're never going to stick to it. They were talking about moving from pre-alpha to alpha with Survive the Nights last Christmas. It's nearly already, Christmas 2019. We're not that far away, and it's still in pre-alpha another year later. That game is such a train wreck of lies and deceit from their community manager. It's a joke. It's a bloke off YouTube. All right. It might not be based in reality then. I was going to say, if that was true, the ripples of that across the internet, I doubt any of our community wouldn't have heard about it. Because, the console situation is a real issue for the Fun Pimps. It's really affecting their ability to stay positive with the community. I was saying earlier, it's oh my god, where's all my torches? Did I put all the torches at the build? I did, didn't I? Yeah, it's really hard for them to post anything even remotely informative without having a very irate console player base murking the waters for them. And I've got to be honest, what happened shouldn't have happened. It really shouldn't. I don't understand how a legal contract with Telltale resulted in that fiasco, but Telltale made some seriously bad decisions at a managerial level. Yeah, they were always a weird group, to be honest. Always felt like something was off with the Telltale team. That archaic engine that they refused to change because it was built by one of the original team members that just didn't want to let go of it. They could have done so much more, and they just overextended. They were buying IPs worth millions, like millions and millions, but not banging the games out. daren't go outside because it's too dark. I'd go and have a little bit of a fight, but I haven't got a source of illumination other than holding something in my hand. I've got no... got like one torch. Where are you, knobber? Oh no! Oh shit! My fucking Steam controller just died. It couldn't make that up. It could not. Let me just, it takes a second for it to kick back in. I couldn't, honestly, sometimes I swear, I'm just cursed. It's cursed, mate. Shit. It's a good job I wasn't on a server. That would have been game over then, wouldn't it? Jesus. I'd have ended up knocking my coffee over trying to get to the keyboard, I think. Jesus. That could have gone very wrong. Yeah. Yeah. You've seen them make the rover and drive around, didn't know they could go underwater. Yeah, it's, I actually, have you seen the latest footage? Like literally just a couple of weeks back, I think. Where they've got the submarine, for example. Thank you for the follow, Hailstone. Thank you for the follow to Emericulus as well. Thank you. 7 million euros in funding. Wow. Wow. Amazing, dude. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I think it's going to be a big success story, Dual Universe. I think there's a contingent of players that are really looking forward to that. And obviously with the debacle that's going on with Star Citizen these days, who knows? You know, Dual Universe could be the one that comes along and almost steals the limelight for a little bit. I mean, you know, Star Citizen, I'm sure, will release. I guess the pressure is off for them as well in many ways. But, Wentex is going to be streaming some Star Citizen. I don't know if he's in chat, but for those of you interested in that particular game, seeing it in its current format, he'll be streaming evenings next week, I do believe. I shall look forward to watching. Now, let's head back. We've got any inventory space by a little bit. Let's go and just quickly nip up to the trader and see where the first tier 1 quests are going to send. Because if it's in the snow biome, we're going to be screwed until I get some decent clothing. I just, the snow is not good for me right now. How's things, Pete? You alright, bro? There's Wentex in chat, folks. Click his name, drop him a follow. Go and check out Wentex epically, awesomely flying around in his spaceships because he's a god in that game, ain't you, mate? We're gonna have some fun watching you play that, mate. I'm gonna be interested in looking at the frame rate, dude. You'll have to let me know what your specs are, Wentex, so I can gauge what the current state of the game's like. This is we've got some nice buildings there, right on the edge of this sort of snowy area, haven't we? I felt it would have been, you know, a little bit rude of me to say, come and join Wentex epically failing flying around in his spaceship. I didn't, you know, it didn't feel right. I didn't feel comfortable with that, Wentex. I thought I'd big you up a bit, mate. He is, yeah. Like I said, there's Sadie. Drop Sadie a follow as well, because Sadie is he's the reason that Summit 1G and Shroud don't play Apex anymore, because Sadie came in on the scene and destroyed them. And as a result of that, Sadie, because he's a very, very nice man. He knows that Shroud, Summit, some of these big streamers, you know, it's their livelihood. You know, it's their business. It's their brand. When someone like Sadie comes on the street, on the scene and just destroys them and just makes a mockery of all their skills, he didn't want to do that. So Sadie, you know, gracefully retired from the scene, didn't you, mate? Very, very, very thoughtful of you, that was, Sadie. Am I on the phone? Not that I know of. I will stream the in-game overlay showing the FPS and things you can see. Oh, that'd be nice. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. So, are you going to be doing a little bit of it all, Wednesday? You're going to be doing like, oh, it's not open. That's one. Are you going to be doing like the ship combat? You know, the first-person combat, all that kind of jazz? It's been ages since I properly watched the Star Citizen stream. Never noticed the flag do that before. Has it always done that? Like rippling in the wind? I didn't realise it was kind of animated. Chucked it when Shroud faked that injury. Yeah, I know. He had to save face though, right? You know, he couldn't just come out and say it like, you know, I can't compete with this man. You know, he's had to throw himself off his scooter, didn't he? Oh dear, mate. Even do the basic flying, combat is default, we'll try and do your best, then some trading. So we want to go in there. This thing is gonna, what time is it open? It's like 6 o'clock or something, is it? Let's go and grab some stone while we wait. Do you play Elite Dangerous, right, Wintex? I would consider going back to that at some point if I ever hear like another big update happening. I've had a lot of fun with that. We are going to be so freaking cold each time we come over here. This is ridiculous. We need a quest to get a puffer jacket or something, don't we? That's where we spent the night yesterday. You know, as if like the fire actually, you know, like heated the rooms, wouldn't it? I wonder if there's ever going to be any like scope for that. Like you know, you leave this on and it kind of actually heats up the squares of air almost. You don't have to like literally sit there right next to it all night long. I can hear you from the UK somewhere, but which country? Oh, England. And I hailed from like I was born in the Midlands area in a city called Birmingham. But I mean, I still travel to Birmingham. Well, at the minute, very regularly. But I've not lived in Birmingham for many years. I've lived all over the UK, mate. So I would like to take my torch back with me. Don't really need any of that, so I think we'll just leave stuff in there. Is the hoodie sweatshirt any better than what I've got? What are we wearing? Shirt. Cold resist 6 and 4. 14 and 2. So that's actually better than that then, isn't it? Leave that in there. Or 6:15. So let's just turn that off. You don't play it. You live the concept. Play the old wireframe game back on the old BBC Micro. Jesus, I don't even know what that is, dude. It's very slow and too much number crunching. Number crunching? What, Elite Dangerous? I get the kind of slow sort of comment, but I've never number crunched in Elite Dangerous ever. But that's because I don't do trading, maybe. Maybe that's what you're referring to. I just do lots of smuggling. So I just go and buy, you know, naughty stuff and then like fly my ship very rapidly through the letterbox stations and sell it. Destroyed Forge. I did do trading early on just to start making money, but yeah, I've never done any. But then again, I've not played it for a long time, Wentech, so maybe there is more number crunching these days. Wow, cool. Got my drum set. What's that? 6:05. Oh, sorry. Was that when it opens? 5 minutes past 6. What a weird time. I wonder why it's 5 minutes past 6, not like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. It seems a very specific time, doesn't it? I'm not from Wolverhampton. I'm not a yam yam. I take great offence at being called a yam yam. Shut the fuck up, Serdy. Being near a forge lowers your heat resistance by 15. Being near a forge lowers your heat resistance. That's terrible, Pixie. That's terrible. Right. Hugh, how you doing, bro? Can I see your inventory? Do you have any jobs? What inventory have you got? You wouldn't happen to have a leather duster, would you, mate? Or a nice puffer jacket? He's got some. Let's have to go back to it. Crossbow. Bit of wood. Suit jackets. Some cowboy boot. Leather chest armor. He's got a lot of stuff, actually. Forged iron would be nice. So no, he hasn't.
I
Right,
knew you
quests?
didn't have money the moment I laid eyes on you.
Fetch, clear, fetch. All 1.5 clicks away. Let's go for a clear zombies.
Assignment.
Oh, hang on. No, let's not
You've
do that.
gotta
Let's
be
go for a
little
fetch. What the hell am I
insane
thinking?
to cross me.
Fetch 1.4.
I've got a task for you. Great. If you're lucky and pull this
Where's
off,
it sending me?
I'll take care of you.
Clicks away. Where the hell's that then? Quests. See one quest. Anyway, is it a yellow exclamation mark that I'm looking for? I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. Oh no. Uh-oh. It is horde now, so yeah, actually that's not such a good thing, is it? Let's use that. Decision time. Destroyed workbench. God damn it. Gonna be one of those traders, aren't you, mate? Yam Yam's not allowed to be mentioned. I feel really bad. I get given Wolverhampton a really bad reputation. I've not been to Wolverhampton for bleeding years. It might be really nice for all I know. Something tells me it probably isn't. I'm not even going there, mate. Jesus. Or Dudley. Dudley like? Dudley like? Lenny Henry like? Let's see what he's got food wise. So that's pretty decent. Horde Night is going to be pretty lame. So I think if we go and stock up now on, it's a real tricky one, isn't it? It's just a shame the trade is in the goddamn snow biome. That's going to really screw me over food wise, though. Kind of hoping when we came over here we'd see a few deer or pigs and things like that. Should we go back? How hard is it to make the bicycle? Is the bicycle really post forge? I'm going to assume so. We're going to need like a chassis and things, aren't we? So it's going to involve forged iron, right? I think the best thing for us to do now is travel back, get as many feathers as we can. Get Horde Night out of the way and then just reboot on day 8. Lichfield. I don't even know where Lichfield is, mate. Is Lichfield even a place? Does it exist, or is it just some place that people sort of mention in passing? So, oh yeah, it's near Lichfield, mate. Has anyone ever been to Lichfield? Does it actually exist? Is it a legit real world? I've never heard of anyone that actually can confirm they're from Lichfield. Yeah, I'll do it when I go back, Sadie. We'll have a proper rummage around there. It's Horde night and it's in a cold place, mate, and I want to make sure we're back near home. I'm not seeing a lot of birds' nests. Snow biome used to be really good for birds' nests because they were super easy to spot against the white background, but that does not appear to be the case anymore, does it? We can't possibly have been all the way over there. It looks like I've got snow biome, and that's bad. Though, having said that, having put our hoodie top on, we seem to be doing a little bit better, don't we, actually? Dearie me, Wednesday. Lichfield, the mythical place. Yeah, just turn left at Lichfield. Alright, mate. What's in Lichfield? Is Lichfield known for anything other than just being, you know, one of those places you use as a, you know, turn left at it? What what's Lichfield known for? What do people do in Lichfield? What booming industry is currently thriving in Lichfield? Oh, is that a dude there? Oh my god, check him out there. I need to spotted him. You cheeky little monkey. I can see you, matey. And they're all going to come through from in there, aren't they? Look. A bish bash bosh and a ding dang do, sir. Big mama, mate. Oh, what a shot, bro. Where the fidget is... No one knows, Chaos. It's probably where all the gingers are born, mate. It's probably why it's such a closely guarded secret, since no one nukes it. Extermination of the gingers, mate. Are you a redhead? You're not a redhead, are you, Wednesday? It's where all the mutant left-handers come from, and the gingers. They all come from Lichfield, mate. It's a true story, bro. You heard it here first, man. I was watching A17.4 the other day. And so I can't remember what somebody said. Somebody said, "Are you left-handed?" He says, "No, I'm not an alien nor a mutant." I was drinking coffee at the time and I proper nearly splurted it out. It was like on an old video. He was doing like a recap of someone else's YouTube video for World of Warcraft. You know, Asmund Gold's just got that really deadpan voice. I just fucking died. His whole chat just went ballistic for about 10 minutes. You know, that's constant spam of emotes. He didn't even skip, his general banter. It's like, "Are you left-handed?" Asmagog. "No, I'm neither a mutant nor a fucking alien, mate." Oh dear. Every lefty in chat, unsubbed, unfollowed, gone. Oh dear me. My brother's actually sort of like borderline ambidextrous. He does favour his left hand, but he's kind of there. You know, he can mix and match it. I tell you. Well, I might have to mute out because I think the girlfriend's coming back from her milk hunt. So the dogs will go ballistic. So if it goes quiet for a few minutes, don't worry, I'm not dead. If I go quiet playing Blair Witch next Friday for the Friday Fright Night, then you want to worry. I'm back. Sorry about that. You're right, Emery Cole. You have the game, but never got past putting a couple of boards up before getting killed. What in this one, dude? You should come and join us. Alpha 18's coming out soon, mate. So it's quite an exciting time to be back playing the game. Oh, Jesus balls! Run away. They start doing that dance on the stairs, aren't they? They just don't like this walkway one little bit. What time is it? 10:23. We've got plenty of time. Being encumbered is not what I want. Yeah, if you fancy playing it, Emery Cole, and you want any tips or anything, mate, boot it up, come back to us. We can try and help out. It's a good game, dude. It's worth having a bit of a play with. It was actually weird because I was actually saying earlier, quite often we get asked, you know, like the pro tips and things. Not that I'm a pro player, but you know, what's the best beginning tips we can give to people? But one of the things I've always said is enjoy the deaths, mate. It's one of those games where you start learning a lot as you play. You'll learn how the game ticks. There's a lot of things that are hidden in this game. Things like the heat map, which people often talk about. And as you build up that portfolio of knowledge, you'll start finding the game actually almost easy to play, and you'll start setting yourself little challenges almost. But that beginning experience where you know everything just seems so hard. It seems so overwhelming. It's actually the best part of the game, mate. You know, sometimes it would almost be nice if I could wipe my memory of what I do know and like play the game as if I've never played it before. It would be a really fun experience because the game has come so far over the years. You know, it's in some ways for the better, in some ways for the worse, but generally the game has done nothing but get better every single alpha. I do appreciate some people won't agree with that with Alpha 17, but you can't please everyone all the time, right? But yeah, if you own it, dude, now is a really exciting time to get back into it because Alpha 17 is coming to the end of its life, and we're about to move into Alpha 18, and that could, you know, change a lot of people's opinions on the game, I think. Paprika, thank you for the bits, by the way. Sorry, that guy, I did actually say thank you, but I was muted. I do apologise. It doesn't count, does it, if you didn't hear me? Thank you very much for the bits, Paprika. That's double bits today, mate. You dropped in early with bits as well. Thank you. Got as far as a bow with 3 arrows. Yeah, well. See, a lot of people play melee. I refuse to play melee. I don't like melee. I find melee just like super easy mode. Not a fan of it, so I like the idea. I have to actually have ammunition, and I actually have to physically aim things. And, oh, that doesn't sound good. What was that all about? I might do a bit of melee though, because I want to see what melee's like in Alpha 18. So actually, to be fair, I really do need to do some. I can gauge the change. Is this that one that someone was kind enough to tell us about? It's got that secret bit on the roof. It is, isn't it? Ooh, see, I'm learning stuff myself. Look at that. Yeah, I am, Tag, yes. I mean, to be honest, I'm not overly worried about that sort of stuff, mate. I mean, that is neither here nor there for me. You know, a few books. I played this where the whole game was about books. I played mods where the whole game's about books. I don't really care about the books. You know, things come, things go with this game. So yeah, you know, I'm going to love it. It's going to be a nice change, so it's something else to loot. You know, brilliant. But it's not that really is going to fundamentally change the game for me. I think for me, I'm looking forward to occlusion finally being included in the game, which is optimization. And I think that's really important. I think there's, you know, I've lost count of the number of people that talk to me about, you know, can't play Alpha 17, couldn't play Alpha 16, you know, performance is so bad, you know, the game's just running terribly, can't play it. Occlusion, it can make such a big difference for performance in this game. And so I'm really looking forward to that, because I think there's a lot of players that have been kind of left high and dry with Alpha. Oh shit, and I'm encumbered, that's not good, that's not good. Oh, I felt that slap on the arse, mate. This isn't good, boys. This is not good, ladies and gents. Oh, I fucked it. I have fudged it. I got greedy, and I am paying the price, mate. Oh, grummy, grummy. Fatal error, bro. Fatal error. Do not get so overloaded. What was I thinking, mate? I just got greedy, didn't I? I just thought the house was empty. As soon as I turned and I thought... I knew straight away I hadn't got the movement, the forward movement velocity to get away from that backhander. I just got proper slapped in the back of the head by that bloody lumberjack. Oh, really? Talk about a double whammy price for being a knob. That's an airdrop I'm not getting. God damn it, dude. You silly Billy. You can, yeah, I'll show you. Do you want some tips, Emery Cole? If you want us to give you a few tips, try and help out. At least I got out alive. I barely got out alive. Yeah. See, that's where I would have gone melee. You see, but I just don't like melee. Melee just seems like it's the ultimate get out of jail, mate. Just hack, stun them out, get out of there. Trying to remember the good tips. Well, the good tips is don't start off in the desert or the snow biomes for a start. But one of the big mistakes a new player will make is they'll go to the desert and they'll go to the snow biome and everything will be fine. But literally, I don't know how it worked. I actually can't remember because we were talking about it earlier. At the beginning of the game, don't move too far, Emery Cole. You are literally given free sanctuary. Wherever you spawn in on the map, the zombies will not spawn in near you until you move a certain radius from your spawn point. So a lot of new players, you know, they're in a new game. They want to, you know, get a chat, you know, a feel for what it's like to move around, and they'll start heading. You know, they'll see a house in the distance and they'll start heading towards it. Don't do that. So literally, that's the first tip. Stay where you spawn in and do the quests. The quests literally involve punching some grass, picking up some rocks, punching some sticks out, and do those. Do those. So you've got a bedroll down. So you've got a spawn point. Gather some birds' nests, make the wooden club, get your bow and arrow up and running. You can do all that in a matter of, you know, I'm not saying you're going to do it in a few minutes. You know, as a new player, it's all going to be a bit overwhelming, but don't move too far from where you're spawning, because like I said, you've got a safety spot. The game kind of gives you a bit of a first day reprieve if you don't wander too far. God. Brick-a-brack, 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 organics, brick-a-brack, 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 brick-a-brack. Organics, brick-a-brack. Weapons. Okay, let's go and get rid of that knobber downstairs. Let's have a... Got no bacon and eggs? You're having a laugh? There's no way I've eaten all those bacon and eggs. What? Really? Is that straight up legit? I reckon someone's nicked me bacon and eggs, mate. Yeah, boy. Someone's out having a little bit of Whoa! Jesus. Yeah, for the green grass and firing, yeah. Sorry, yeah, the other thing, sorry, I didn't quite finish that off, did I? I lost my train of thought a little bit. So the first, when you spawn in, you're kind of like given a free sanctuary for a short while, just to get, you know, get used to it, you know, change your key bindings, all that kind of stuff if you need to. But also, you won't be affected by hazardous weather conditions, so inclement weather won't affect your character. So even if you're in the middle of the desert, you won't feel the problems. And that's part of the issue. In a way, it's almost counterproductive. The game could do with a better way of explaining that to you, because some people are going to spend their first day, set up a little house that's like in the middle of the snow biome, and everything's fine until the ticking counter of I think, is it like level 4 or 5 or 1 or 2? I don't know what it is these. They used to be level based. I don't know what it is now. But at some point, that cold weather is going to start affecting you, and it affects you fast. You will start needing a lot of food when you're wandering around. in the cold biome, which of course back in the day was a really cool thing because it was a wonderful way to get your wellness up if you had access to meat stews and things. Because you go and camp in the cold biome for a couple of days, and you would get so hungry so fast you could just chew down on all your glorious food, wouldn't you? Just go and make sure that the horde base is actually set up and ready. Arrows are lootable. Yeah, only to a point. Not all arrows come back. All arrows have a chance of breaking, so you won't get all your arrows back, but you can pinhead them and get quite a lot back. Over there, look. Is that how it works now? So it's now on like a scaling, is it? It's not like a toggle on and off anymore. Okay, that's interesting. So that's an arrow that's gone. And that's another arrow that's gone. That's another arrow that's gone. Thank you, mate. Now, if you really, we don't like the word cheese in our community because I think cheese is full of derision and negativity, and at the end of the day, everyone's entitled to play the game the way they want to. So we kind of stop using the word cheese because it tends to, it's kind of synonymous with cheating, isn't it? So this is a horde base that essentially, in theory, means you can't die. In theory, it can go south. But you'd have to fuck up on a pretty epic scale for it to fail. But this is what we call in our community the Smetan Wall, which is created by Smetanol, a gentleman called Smetanol. And the zombies will basically jump from nipple to nipple. Then we then have something called the Alethian Ring, which is this. And what happens is the zombies jump over this, they land here, and then they try and jump over this to get on that walkway, but they can't. They'll slip off, and they'll fall down. And then they'll look up there and they'll go, well, how do I get to you, mate? And they'll go, right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll come back down here. They will literally do a round robin. So this is exactly what a zombie's going to be doing. It's going to go in here, it's going to jump down, jump up, jump down, blah, 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 blah. He's going to get to here, and he's going to try and jump to that, and he's going to slip off. That round. To be honest, mate, I have no issues with people using this kind of thing these days. The Horde Knights used to be fun because the Horde Knights, the zombies didn't do that much damage to blocks. Blocks actually did act as a defensive wall, and especially if you had concrete. And it used to be fun standing on a wall, shooting down at the zombie horde. And, you know, they'd breach the wall, and you go running back to your second wall, and there might be spikes to kill some of them as you set up your second level of defenses. Zombies now just rip apart blocks. So the fun of building something has been taken away because you end up with a very elaborate build, which we will do later on. You end up spending more time repairing your bases than you do actually playing the game. And I just ain't got time for that. You know, I want to experience some of the other content, which is now, for me, the questing. Doing the tiered questing. Getting to those tier 5 quests, oh, it's so much fun. They are just badass, mate. They really are. So, you know, Horde Knight is just not a thing for me anymore. So, because the Funpimps decided to make a catastrophic cock-up, in my opinion, and make the game entirely experience point based instead of learn by doing, which is what it used to be. Horde Knight now I use as a XP file. I just literally farm XP all night, and I sit in here and I shoot zombies until they're all dead. And, you know, some people ain't going to like that. Some people would rather sit on the top of a building and sit the night out. My argument is, well, you're just pissing away XP then, aren't you? And some people will make really elaborate builds, which are a lot of fun, and we will do that later on. But also, you know, I've got other things I want to do rather than spend 3 days each week repairing a base and making 3,000 more spikes. You know, there's fun things to do in this game. Right, okay, so what are we looking at? Arrows 187, so that's pretty good. Seems to be really low on food because of the it's that cold, isn't it? We're gonna have to go. I think, should we go? Oh, I've got my inventory up. Sorry, guys. Tell you what, let's just go and have a little stroll in that direction. Just the horde base is definitely ready, right? She's illuminated. Yeah, no, she's fine. Can't kill them from the roof early on though. Yeah, I mean that's not realistic for me. You sit on top of a roof, they run around so fast, mate. I mean, let's be honest, right? If you want to survive Horde Night, you can just come out, just run around, just club them. You don't even need to do what we're doing. I could survive a Horde Night with a fucking bat and just run around, as long as I manage my stamina. You can just go and sit on top of a building. They won't get to you. So my argument is, if you're going to sit on a roof and shoot down, you're just wasting arrows. You're going to miss more than you're going to hit. Because they are active, they're roaming around, you've got a funny angle on them, so why not make the smitten wall and Lethean ring? It's exactly the same. So the smitten wall and Lethean ring was kind of born originally. We used to use the duck pond method, or the fishing in a barrel method. So we used to go to a building, and we'd chop the stairs out, and we would hack some of the floor out and replace it with wooden frames. And then all we'd do is we'd have the Horde would breach the outer walls of the house, and all we'd do is, like I said, fishing in a barrel, we'd just shoot down at the zombies' heads. You'd miss, you know, because they're roaming around, they're glitching out over each other, you'd miss a lot. So the Smitten Wall of Lethean ring is just that, okay? We will build a mosh pit. I mean, the mosh pit was the one that I built, which was like the more perfected fish in a barrel idea. But it does involve having iron. I mean, I like it with iron bars. So we'll do that at level 10, and we'll see how the mosh pits work out. You're right, James. How are you doing, sir? It's probably in the next few weeks, James. It could even be as early as next weekend, sir. So the stream team may get it as early as next weekend, or it could be anywhere up to 4 to 5 weeks after that. But that's not guaranteed. That's only if things continue according to plan with the internal development. So all we can really say is we're very close, mate. We're very close. Earliest though, next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you will get to see footage outside of the internal dev team. If you want to go and see it, by the way, who asked that question? James. If you actually do want to go and see some footage of Alpha 18, you go and check out the YouTube channel of Fun Pimps. They put up all the stream footage that Fubar Prime did and 2 of the other developers, so you can actually go and watch the developers playing Alpha 18. I think it was about 2+ hour video, so you can get a good flavour for what it looks like and how it's playing. So it looks like this is where we're going to be doing our questing. Now, this looks horribly like Wasteland biome, doesn't it? Why did it have to be Wasteland? I hate the Wasteland biome. I swear I'm in the worst ever freaking spawn I've ever had in this game. I'm surrounded by snow with no animals to hunt, and my primary tier 1 quest area is in the bloody Wasteland. Unbelievable. But to be honest, Corey, it's all very early going, so honestly, you ain't going to see anything really, dude. It's not like they're getting deep into it. And to be honest, like, they all got bored at one point. I don't mean that horribly. They just started acting the prat, and they just started shooting each other and blowing each other up. It's not like you're going to get a legitimate, you know, let's dig under the hood. It was just a chance for the dev team to flick on their game and run around and have a bit of a giggle, mate. Just to see if it works, I think. You know, we saw some of the new weapons, some of the new systems, we saw the new death penalty. I mean, I'll be careful what I say because I don't want to spoil anything for you, mate, if that's what you want to do. But yeah, you're not going to suddenly see anything amazing, dude. It's but it's a good flavour for what's to come. You know, you'll get a gauge of what the game looks like. I mean, obviously, it wasn't the best quality of streams because they streamed at 1080-60. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about getting spoiled or anything. I think they were careful. I think that's why they started prattling about a bit, because I think they got to the point where if they carried on playing legitimately, they might start touching on some of the newer content. they probably want to keep quiet for a little bit while I still work on it. Wasteland biome. See, Big K is a wonderful member of our community. He loves the wasteland biome. We think he had a bang on a head as a child. It's like he's the only person we've ever found that likes the wasteland biome. In fact, we think he may be confused and he may need to have his cataracts looked at. Because we're not even sure if he actually plays in the wasteland biome. We're starting to think he's actually playing in the desert. But his wife doesn't let him come on Twitch very often, so we've never really got to the bottom of it, have we? You alright, Ace, mate? How are you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Don't think Grum's built a killing... Oh, built freaking hundreds of killing corridors, mate. What are you on about? I think we've had like 6 variants on the kill corridor, man. Jesus. We had one with a beautiful gyrocopter landing pad. We used to swoop in, didn't we? One-bladed trap. A later's... Oh, Jesus Christ, what are you on about, dude? You have been out of the picture for a while, haven't you, mate? But we've had some crazy kill corridors. We've had kill corridors, let's be honest, were ridiculous. There's a point where a kill corridor, it almost becomes passive, doesn't it? I tell you what, here's something that I will be going for. So for those of you that don't know, there is a perk that enables, I think it's primarily the sniper rifle, to pass through up to 2 additional zombies. And a kill corridor in Alpha 18 with a sniper rifle. Oh my god, that will be my build. So if anyone wants to, feel free to go and play that build as well and come back to me. A kill corridor with multiple penetrating sniper rounds. Oh my god, it's just going to be absolutely awesome. You start getting that with a good chance of... Oh, Jesus balls! Encumbered as well. Oh crap. Oh, Jesus cocked! Oh my god, that made me jump. Holy bollocks. Oh my god, Jesus balls, that made me proper jump in my chair then. Shit, there's another dog over there. I told you the wasteland bomb was a sack of balls. Oh, Jesus balls. Let's get out of here. Oh my lord. Well, that's how you take out. That was all part of the plan. I planned that. That's exactly what we did. That's yeah, that's how we play it. We're hardcore in Grumbody, so I saw the dog and thought, yeah, I'll tempt him into the barrel in the corner. Totally pre-planned that. Skills, mate, skills, you see. Oh dear me. Oh wow, that prop! I actually jumped in my seat. My bottom left the seat just momentarily there. I was actually airborne, and it wasn't from a particularly gaseous fart from a chicken Joe Fraser or anything either. That was a legit like, ooh, I'm floating. Oh dear. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we used to block ourselves in, didn't we, Esme? When we were that was the early days of learning how to cheat. Because to be honest, all builds. This is why I don't like the word cheese. And when you think about it, pretty much every build any of us have ever come up with, especially in Alpha 17, in one way or another, we just cheat in the AI. Like I said, you can get a club and just make sure you've got food and stuff for stamina regen. You can just dance around all night, you know, during the early hordes. You know, you can cheat it by going out on water. You know, you can get on a bike and drive around. You know, in one way or another, it's a video game that has no boundaries. No matter what you do, you are going to end up with a build that in some way, shape or form is going to be taking advantage of outwitting the actual AI, isn't it? I think back in Alpha 16, we were much more creative with the base build because we didn't have to spend hours repairing them. You know, my argument is if they're going to breach the wall anyway, they breach the wall at one point. It's when they start smashing out every block, you know, in a 30-mile radius. It takes the fun out of building. You know, building is fun, repairing isn't. Yeah, didn't we build the we built the what's it as well, didn't we? The you remember the, what did we call it? We called it the Spire, didn't we? Was that Alpha 17? Where we actually had 4 kill corridors. With about 40 engines powering I dread to think like about 80 freaking electric fences. That was crazy. Is it best to start solo or join a multiplayer server? I highly, highly recommend you don't just join a public multiplayer server for your first experience, mate. Especially if it's PvP enabled, you'll just have a bad experience. My honest advice: play it single player. Play it in completely default settings. And play it single player. You just get to grips with it. And then go and join a community on you know, just post up. You know, we'll probably have a, well, we will definitely have a server for Alpha 18. I'm not sure if we'll commit to a server now, unless people really want to come and join us, in which case I'll happily set one up. But yeah, it's... People can get fidgety on servers, mate. It depends on how the server admins are running it, because in theory there's only finite loot, and some things there is only finite loot of. You know, you can set the respawn on containers, but things like cars don't respawn, and cars with things like radiator panels and light fittings in houses, which is a great source of brass for your weapons and all that kind of jazz. You might not have the best experience joining a multiplayer server with people you don't know. But if you've got a friend who plays it, you can just create your own little server, or you can even rent your own server if you want to. And it is a really fun way to play it. Just bear in mind, playing together with someone, it does make the game exponentially easier. Just one other person, it makes the game so easy. So you might very quickly want to up the ante in terms of difficulty. Just don't go crazy with difficulty, because there's a sweet spot, mate, which is basically typically one down from max. There really is no reason to play on max difficulty. It's not actually any more difficult, to be honest, dude. It just makes everything very boring.
Your part is required.
The zombies will take 30 smacks to the face
host.
and 300
And you've
arrows.
waited too long for this moment.
It stops being a zombie. I don't want to play a zombie game where I have to, you know, shoot 10 arrows into a zombie's head to kill it. You know, that takes all the fun away from it for me. But you'll see a lot of people, you know, oh, I played on max difficulty, mate. Yeah, I don't really give a shit. I don't find it fun. I don't want to watch you have to, you know, shoot a zombie 35 times to kill it. I just want to see you playing the game, mate. Right, bric-a-brac. Up in the organics. I don't think we'll use the guns. I think we'll use the guns later. Let me just get some decent light, because that is just way too... we don't need that. And I don't need those. We've got 177 hours, got a little bit of food. We'll take a little bit to drink in case we get thirsty. Right, let's go. It is that there's a lot of servers out there that are PvP enabled, Miracle, and this game actually it's got the potential to be a very fun PvP game, but I've never had a good experience on a PvP public server. You know, the tale I always tell of joining a PvP public server first time, and it was basically like there was a gang of bikers being played, and like literally within minutes of joining the server, there was this like battalion of fully pimped out people arrived on mini bikes and just essentially, for want of a better word, I mean, it didn't bother me, harassed me, said horrible things to me, and killed me. And you know, I was a brand new player, like with no clothes. I hadn't even made my sleeping bag yet, mate, and they killed me. And I just thought, I don't get why you then, you know, I was a sitting duck. You know, I had no chance. There's 5 of you on mini bikes with assault rifles. I've had that happens a lot. There's also people on servers that get really antsy if you actually do outsmart them. I think Big K's got some cracking stories to tell, where he's been banned from servers for actually legitimately invading people's bases. People want to play PvP, but only when they're the top dog and when they're the admin or their best mate's the admin. If they have an impenetrable fortress surrounded by turrets that you could never possibly get into, but you're smart enough to dig a tunnel from 3 biomes away and be down there for a week and then literally tunnel up underneath their base and outsmart them and sit there chipping away at a block that's got a land claim near it for 3 days. and then plant TNT all around it on the inside and destroy the entire thing, then, well, welcome to PvP, mate. But people don't like that. People don't like it, you know. We spent weeks spawning that stuff in for free to protect our base because my mate's the admin. It's not fair. Yeah, PvP needs to be done in this game on a fair server. There's some really nice servers that do it right. So, for example, you can only PvP at night. They have systems whereby you have like notice boards outside your builds to confirm whether or not you're online, and you're not allowed to attack someone's base if that player's not online. It's a bit different to something like Rust. You know, that's where Rust excels, you know, for people that like that style of PvP. People can build some really expensive stuff in this game. And when I say expensive, what's the one thing we all have limited amount of? And that's time. And, you know, if you spent a lot of time on a build, and, you know, it therefore becomes expensive. It becomes valuable to you as a player. And people will just fuck it up for no reason, dude. And that's why I tend not to be on PvP servers. I think our community could have a really fun PvP server with some dedicated rules and, you know, weekends PvP sessions. It would be a lot of fun. You can try joining a PvE server, and people will, you know, invariably get on. You just want to hope it's one of those servers that just doesn't suddenly get closed, or doesn't have one of those arseholes on it. You know, you might have an admin that doesn't know how to track player activity. You've got that one rogue player that's going around planting TNT in bases and destroying stuff, and no one knows who it is. It's kind of expensive way to play that way, America. My advice: play the game single player, maybe with a friend or two. Consider getting, you know, come and join a community like ours, or, you know, another streamer or a YouTuber's community where you're safe, where you know, people do police the server and people don't have, you know, we have a zero tolerance policy for dickheads, basically. Did I miss Axport? Thank you for the host. Thank you for the host. Big K, you've been banned so many times. Way too easy to get them, and admins get pissed. Yeah, that's right, because you play fair. They don't, yeah. On insane difficulty, you only have to shoot the zombies with 300 arrows in early game after day 45 to 51 shot. Yeah, I know, but this is the point. I just don't like it early game, dude. That's what I'm saying. I don't enjoy it. To be honest, mate, a zombie game, I thoroughly enjoy it when a zombie goes down with a one-shot headshot with a pistol. I like that. That's the way it should be to me. I'd rather see more zombies than the art. See, that's the problem. The game can't create the difficulty that I want because of the way the game's built, the technical limitations of it. If I was to play a hardcore version of 7 Days, it would look more like World War Z, and there would be lots and lots of zombies. There would be hundreds of zombies, and, you know, a headshot would kill one. One headshot pop with a 9mm pistol, it would probably kill it. But there'd be hundreds to back it up. And therefore, this game will never become that game. It can't. You know, it's not been built with that in mind. So it has this artificial sense of difficulty that is bullet sponginess, and I don't like bullet sponginess, mate. It adds nothing to me. You're right, Paddington. What time in this game does things start to attack? Well, things will attack you all the time. At 10 o'clock, though, zombies go into what is typically referred to as like a feral mode. So they will hit harder, they will run faster, and this is on default settings, Paddington. So 10 o'clock through to approximately 4 o'clock, which is the default setting. So 10 o'clock of an evening through to 4 o'clock. And every 7th day from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock, zombies will actually actively try and find you. So on a non-horde night, you can creep about, and as long as you don't make too much noise, where's that fucking dog? As long as you don't make too much noise, they won't actually come and find you. They won't actually actively seek you out. They're just minding their own business. But if you make a lot of noise, like opening a chest or you know, jumping up and down or waving a flashlight around, then they'll come and investigate. But on horde night, you will get a wave of a set number of zombies that will come and try and kill you. Which, as I say, for me is really just an excuse to XP farm from there. Which server is that? Well, that's the way we run ours. I can't think of a single time when we've I shouldn't say out loud because it probably jinx us, but we've never had any drama on our servers because I just haven't got time for it, mate. You know, if you want to come and join a Grumbadian server, you come to fucking enjoy it, mate. The second you start getting drama alert over it, you're fucking out on your ear, mate. I just ain't got time. I've got more important things to worry about than trying to police a server because people can't get on. There's plenty of space on a server. If you're not getting on with someone, just go somewhere else or just leave the server. We've never had that, like we've never had that problem. I get harassed a lot by special individuals who spawn millions of rabbits all over my base. Or build a giant penis right in the middle of my Skyrim build. So yes, we have had that kind of thing, but that's Cambodia, mate. That's the kind of community we apparently created. We don't have an active one at the minute, sorry, Enrico. Yeah, we haven't actually got an active one yet. I might set one up after today, though. We might. Like, we tend to just have one running for stream time. Unfortunately, this is one of the downsides of 7 days. You can imagine the servers only run when there's someone on it. So one of the problems I as a streamer have, because I stream 7 hours a day, 7 days a week, mate. One of my worst nightmares was back in the day where I would come onto a stream and someone would have logged off like literally 3 minutes before Horde night. So I've got my base, I'm not prepared. I've got 3 minutes to prepare for Horde, and I lose loads. And it's not because people are necessarily doing it maliciously, but someone could have been playing on the server, taking a phone call, kids suddenly sick or something, who knows. I don't think it was ever done maliciously, but it was a concern of mine. So sometimes I only have like 20 minutes to prepare for Horde night, in which case it wasn't too bad. So I tended to run the servers only during stream time, which of course is tricky, because then if you're not on my time schedule, you're kind of shit out of luck, right? It was the lesser of two demons, really, I think. What we started doing was just doing like we had the stream server and then we had the sub server. And I thought originally that was a good fix. I thought that enables everyone to play along and have a chat and all the rest of it. But the problem is because the stream server, obviously, or the sub server was up 24/7, it ended up that no one played on the stream server with me. So I might as well have just saved the money and played single player. And I hadn't foreseen that. I hadn't actually foreseen that as being an issue. But it's no one's fault. It's just people have limited windows of opportunity to play video games, don't they? I don't stream for a living, but I have a job that I do that 50 odd hours a week, and then I stream for about 50 hours a week as well. So you can imagine. I'm quite lucky that I don't need a lot of sleep, mate. But yes, it's wow. It's actually crazy playing Ice Ago. I don't know how much fun it is just shooting zombies in the face, quite frankly. The Ravenhurst, oh yeah. You see that was the difference. You see, Ravenhurst Alpha 16, that was just madness. That was just crazy. Alpha 16 was so much more fun multiplayer. Let's hope Alpha 18 brings it back, mate. Yeah, that's it. I mean, just bear in mind on a server, it doesn't stop because you've AFK. Obviously, if I do that, it pauses it a lot. Because I'm on a single player game. Obviously, on a server, if you go AFK, there's a good chance you're going to get you vulnerable. But yeah, it happens, mate. It's like we always said about our servers as well. We don't cherry pick who gets on there. I'd rather have somebody that can only play 1 day a week for 2 hours. But he's going to have some fun. He's active in the Discord and, likes to have a chinwag about the game. Then have somebody that plays 6 hours a day on the server. But, doesn't really join us in anything. We used to have a golden rule that we always got together on Horde night on our server. So no matter, and we shared bases. Like, I might build a Horde base. Mojo might build a Horde base, and 1 week, one Horde would go to mine, 1 week we'd go to Mojo's, 1 week we'd go to someone else's, and that was a really fun way to play. To see other people's builds and takes on builds, and that was good fun. And the rest of the week we tended to just sort of play away from one another. Sometimes you don't both need to be in the same mine shaft digging a hole, but it was kind of nice connecting tunnels and having underground underground tunnel systems with mini bikes down there, so we can visit one another and trade, and you know, get ammo from each other and things like that. It is a very good communal game. It can be an incredibly fun blast. It's got a lot of. I can hear someone hitting. Someone is hitting a block somewhere. Did you hear that? I actually heard a block break there. That is unusual. Oh, you know what happened, don't you? It's because I'm crouched. So someone lost. Oh, sugar! I forgot about that. Someone actually lost sight of me. I can hear them again. We've got someone else, haven't we? They've actually lost sight of me. That's some news. Kind of forgot about that. But you can actually hear the block being hit, can't you? Could do with a little walkway around here, couldn't I? I think that's stopped. There goes the tree. Getting a really high chance of decapitation with this thing for some reason. We're easily going to clear this horde tonight, aren't we? Easily. I don't know which block they're hitting. Oh shit, there you go. We just lost an illusion ring. We could die, dudes. Holy shit. It fucking happened, lads. Finally! I'm so happy. Someone clipped the shit out of that. We finally lost a smack wall and a Lethean ring. I knew it was going to happen. I could hear that block and I'm thinking, we've only got the 3 blocks by 1. That is brilliant. Finally. Oh, that's glorious, mate. Going into Alpha 18, we can finally say we did lose one. Oh, that is so awesome. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm so happy.
Required. You've been a most magnanimous host, and you've waited too long for this moment.
We're actually really lucky. I seriously, you know when the dog was coming at me then, I thought, well, the dog's going to circle back around, so now's the time to jump down and go and see which block he's hitting. And I nearly jumped down. And now we wouldn't have lost it then, would we? We died on day 7 for the first time in years. I'm so proud. Oh, that is magic, mate. That is freaking magic. I love this guy. I love this game so much. I wonder if we... Oh, wait, we might have lost the backpack. Because we might have lost all the... Oh, hang on. Have we got any torches? Oh, shit, this could be a problem. It's only 116. I could lose the base. This could be catastrophic, guys. I can't even see the way out. I need to find a way out of the base, don't I? Where am I? Is that ground floor? Ooh, this could get messy. Pepper, thank you very much for the host, mate. I can't see shit, guys. I can't see shit. I don't know the way out. Is it round here? I actually can't see. I literally cannot find my way out. God, dude, where am I? Seriously, where am I, dudes? Oh, there you go. Oh, no. What's down there? That's a block. So that's the door, right?
I'm happy for you.
It's so nice to lose one. I mean, we could have stopped it. I mean, the second I heard the block being hit, I'm going to be honest. I mean, we knew we were on borrowed time, but we legit. I'm going to say we legit lost that. We legit lost that. I'm going to count that as 100% legit loss. No doubt about it. I can't find my way out, guys. I literally cannot find a way out. I don't know if you can see more than I can, but I actually can't see shit. Because that's the door, so surely that's the kitchen, right? Isn't there a doorway here that goes into the kitchen area? Oh my fucking god, dude! Oh, I think my sound bites have started working. 7,000 bits! Oh my god, UFO. Oh my god. Thank you so much, sir. Jesus. Balls, mate. That is a lot of bits, man. That's a whole lot of bits, bro. Thank you very much. I've got to reset my sound. Let me reset my sound. Did you hear the alert? I've got game sound. I didn't. That should have a sound bar. Maybe it didn't play. Oh, thank you so much, dude. That is a crazy amount of bits. For those of you that don't know, UFO also dropped a rather overwhelming 50 gifted subs yesterday as well, mate. Thank you so much, bro. You did hear it, yeah. I'm just resetting. Hang on. Let me put. I can just hold this down while I reset. Let me just sort that out. There we go. I should be able to hear again now. Whew, wow. Thank you so much, UFO. Honestly, mate. The amount of support you've thrown to this channel, community and to me, is phenomenal, mate. Thank you very much. Did you enjoy your wine yesterday, sir? Did you get any clips like, oh, thank you. I was going to say, please let someone have clipped that. That was wicked, mate. I actually thought we were going to get away. I was trying, to be fair, I was trying really hard to jump out of the collapse.
Afternoon.
Rude Fire, thank you for the 11, mate. Thank you for the 11. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you very, very much. We've still got a backpack. I think the backpack is here somewhere, look. Not sure where. There you go. Bish bash bosh, mate. I wonder if the spikes affected it as well, because that's the only thing I can think that we did differently there was the spikes. But I think it's because what happened was one zombie lost track of me. We'd gone into a stealth mode because I was crouched throughout that, so they would have lost line of sight at some point. And I reckon they just ended up pounding away on those 3 blocks, didn't they? That is so cool. That is just freaking amazing. So the whole ring went as well as the support. Jeez, man. That is madness. That is absolutely madness. Now, the only thing we need to change then, so that's awesome, but the only thing, as we said earlier, this is where the game becomes a farce in Alpha 17. You know, a death back in the day, it was important. Look at this, near-death trauma. It's such a sad. Is that for real? 25 minutes? I thought it was longer than that. Where's that gone? Where did I just see that? I thought it was... Is it always been 25 minutes? That's weird. I'm kind of in a quandary now. I'm not sure whether I thought it was less or whether I thought it was significantly more. Maybe they changed it. Maybe they changed it in early alpha. I'm sure it was something like crazy, like 60 minutes back in the day. No, never use spikes, and I normally have a 3x3. It was legit though, all right? It was legit. We legit lost that. We count that as a legit loss. There was no shenanigans. That counts, all right? The great fall of the Alethian Ring and Smetan Wall. It's so good, so good. It's like did we ever lose a fort? Fuck it. I don't think we ever lost a fort. Fuck it. Should we build one? I think as soon as we get to concrete, what we'll do is we'll make a solemn oath before Alpha 18, yeah? Even if we have to go into creative mode. So, for example, if it drops on Friday next week, so we've got a limited chance of, or a limited opportunity time-wise, we will build an original concrete fort fuck it and see if it can survive a horde. Let's do it. You're right, wide back. And Rude, thank you for the 11, sir. Thank you very, very much. And just lost for words, UFO. Thank you so much, mate. 7,000 bits is just a shit ton of bits, mate. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. My deepest respects and thanks, sir. You never lost a concrete FF it until Alpha 17. Did you lose one, mate? We never. Do you remember? We even made a cobblestone one. What did we have? We had a concrete one, a cobblestone one. We had 4, didn't we? We had a wooden one. And what was the fourth one? Did we try and make one out of hay bales or something? We tried to make one out of something ludicrous, didn't we? And I know we sat in the concrete one. That obviously survived. It was in the snow biome, wasn't it? And we built them in like a series of 4. I think the cobblestone one survived. I'm pretty sure the wooden one didn't. I think the wooden one we had to go from the wooden Fort Fuck It to the cobblestone Fort Fuck It, didn't we? I think. Maybe we had flagstone and cobblestone. Could have done. The good old days, mate. The good old days. I can't believe we just lost an Alethian wall and Smetan wall. Alethian ring and Smetan wall. That is so cool. You lost every single Fort Fuck It made in Alpha 17. What even tier 1 week 1? No, we can actually hear them hitting the pillar underneath us, Darth. I honestly, I was so close to dropping down. I really, as that dog came in, I was actually about ready to drop down so I could go and see what they were hitting because I was quite intrigued. I hadn't seen it before, but I'm really glad I didn't now, mate. I was jumping like mad trying to get out of the collapse, but of course I'd got the half plates or the plates above me, hadn't I? To be fair, I don't normally enclose them because there's no danger of vultures, and for that exact reason, there's no reason to have a lid on it. You're not going to get spitting cops. You're not going to get vultures. You don't even need anything up there for week 1. So, but it's still legit. It's still legit. Oh Jesus, that's madness. UFO, thank you very much, man. So yeah, from the main primary support blocks from the platform, Darth. So the zombies kept pounding it once inside. You could not shoot them from the top. Yeah, that's right. I mean, once they breach even one block, that is game over, Big K. Unless you've got something like Molotovs or something to try and burn them out. But yeah, I mean, you're already on a losing streak at that point, aren't you? What you could do, Big K, you could build 2 Fort Fuck It's within close proximity to one another, and you could have 2 players, 1 on each. So you could essentially use each player. You know, you're defending the other player's Fort Fuck It, if that makes sense. You could try that to see if you can pull it off with your brother. You've never seen the Fort Fuck It? The Fort Fuck It was one of our it was always designed to be a really easy to build, quite early game, all-in-one storage, home, cooking facility, mining facility, and horde facility. It was literally just all in one, and it's basically it's nothing more than a hunk of concrete. We gave it quite an elaborate name, but that's really all it was. It was just like a cube, if you like, of concrete, really. But she served us well, and then we had many Fort Fuck It outposts, Chucky, scattered around our various servers and builds. The last bastion of hope in Grumbodia during the zombie apocalypse. Right. Well, I am very chuffed. Very chuffed. So, let's go and start the fun part of the game. Let's go and get a quest done. Alright. So, I can't repair that and I can't repair that. Take a little bit of food with us. Let's take booze. Is there anything else we're gonna need? How are we gonna we've got 76 hours. We better take. Hopefully we won't need more than that for a tier 1. This is a fetch quest as well, right? Anything else you think I need? We've got some bandages. We've got a nice bit of healing. Yeah, let's go. We've got the death penalty, but I don't think it will. I don't think it'll affect us. What's that, Miss Grip? Sorry. Fort Fuck It will work if you have a team with you, Grub. You definitely, yeah. I'll tell you what we could do is we could slightly vary the build on a Fort Fuck It. I'd rather not. She's been with us a long time. To be fair, we did change her in Alpha 17, didn't we? We use inverted steps instead of just the iron bars, didn't we? In that kind of... You remember the Watchtower build I had, Pete? Which I think was built in Ravenhurst 2. in Alpha 16, actually, thinking about it. And we came up with a slightly prettier thought bucket. Just a few more angles, shall we say. Alethian paprika. Alethian, named after Alethian, a member of our community. Basically, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's primarily because a zombie lost track of me and decided to just start wailing on the closest thing. So I think it was a mixture of having stealth, having not done a 3x3, and also having decided to just stick some spikes down. So it wasn't planned. Seriously, it was not planned. I've not tested that. That was a legit loss, all right? There's going to be people looking at that and thinking, that's never happened before, Grim. You've never done that. It's like, that was legit. I don't want anyone taking that away from me. I lost the Alethian ring, all right? I done fucked it, mate. I was so close to stepping off, honestly. I was so close to stepping off. But yeah, I think the cobblestone just goes to show how fast. I mean, how long was he wailing on that, though? It was I can hear it on and off for well over a minute. So, I mean, he got through it quick. Would have been nice to see it, wouldn't it? It'd be lovely to have an alternate camera angle on like maybe like a death cam. That'd be awesome. Imagine that. You're right, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name there, Mirek? I'm not very good with the leet speak names, mate. I'm going to guess the one's an I and the three's an E. So Mirek? Is that right? What's that? Well, thanks for the thank you, good Raymond. What's that? Used to log on for Horde because the server I played on was American time zone and the Horde was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, wow. You're smelting thousands of glass to cover an ocean monument in Minecraft. How are you getting on with it, mate? You want one of these super servers, Paprika? Can I just give? I know UFO. I know you don't like me banging on about things, mate. But can I seriously and very sincerely say thank you for that amazing bit bomb, sir? That is huge, and for all those gifted subs yesterday. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, mate. Seriously, that is just an overwhelming amount of support, mate. Thank you. Thank you very much. A miracle. I like as in a miracle. A miracle. Is it like as in miracle, but like with a bit of an a miracle, a miracle. Where are we going? Are we going? Was it? Oh, it's in the wasteland biome, isn't it? Oh, which means dogs, doesn't it? Hang on, we've got to be careful. We might end up back-to-back deaths if we're not careful. Get that stamina up. Wasteland means dogs and vultures bleeding everywhere, and you can guarantee they're going to come into the POI right behind me as well. This is like the worst possible situation for questing. A miracle. We've just completely reinvented your name, haven't we, mate? Little did you know when you came into this channel this morning that it was going to be life-changing for you. A miracle. I like it. A miracle. You are a miracle. I like it. It's almost like a superhero name, mate. You like to keep to the original fucking design. To be honest, the only reason I changed it for that was because it was so jarring, because it was a aesthetic build, wasn't it, if you remember? So the thought of fuck it just looks so out of place with all the detail we tried to add to, the tower and the building to the right, the large expansive building to the left. We'd got the tunnel system, hadn't we, with the drawbridge. Yeah, it just needed a little bit of sprucing up kind of thing, didn't it? But yeah, I mean, the thought, we always said you can't, if you change it, it's not a thought fuck it, is it? Wasteland biome's the best. Get out of here, knob. I hate the wasteland. To be fair, it's better than it used to be. I mean, the reason I didn't like the wasteland back in the day was because, oh my god, we're boiling hot instead of freezing cold now, look. So it's a wasteland desert biome. It doesn't actually get much worse than that, really, does it? I'm either going to die from the heat, from mines, from dogs, from vultures, or from whites. Not exactly the greatest start, this. I am seriously thinking about moving when we get a... I was going to explode then. Fort fucking Mark 5. Jesus Christ, that thing was a nightmare, dude. That was during the Starvation mod era, wasn't it? Wasn't that the back end of Alpha 14, Big Day? Or am I mistaken on that? Is that the one with the metal railings interconnecting 4 Fort Fuckets as a primary perimeter? Is that the Mark 5? And snakes. I forgot about the snakes, yeah. Well, I suppose we can get some aloe at least. Yeah, there's some aloe kicking about. So I'm going to assume all I need is a hoe, right? A gardening hoe. And oh, you won't have to dog. And we can farm. I don't need anything fancy in vanilla. Oh, I hear a dog. You just hear a dog? Mark 5 was actually Alpha 16, was it really? I thought Mark 5 was born during the Starvation era. Oh, well, I stand corrected then, dude. Thank you. I'm starting to wonder if I even know what the Mark 5 was now. It's a twist on the name of the wizard on horseback at the end of the D&D Player's Handbook, which I got for my 13th birthday. We were talking about D&D this week, mate. I'm a massive D&D fan, a miracle. Yeah. No way, dude. That's so cool. It's always nice today, the tale behind people's online monikers, isn't it? Because people are very possessive of them as well, aren't they? There's nothing worse than like joining a game, you know, especially an online game, and someone's stolen what is your name. Asma Gold was talking on his stream, wasn't he, about how he'd actually got his name copy pasted in, so that he could guarantee the second that name reservations went up, he didn't have to type it out, he just literally copy pasted it in, bang, hit return. Because he knew people were going to try and screw him over. Alright, that's where we're going. So, let's do our normal prep. Let's do what we normally do. Let's grab the bedroll. Let's grab a box. I don't play the cheesy game and double loops, so let's just go and activate. Crouch. Let's get ready. Living off the land. Is that all I need? Is that so we can make seeds, is it? Or is that... I can't remember if we need to... So confused with all the mods we've played. Now, I'm not going to need a shiv. I'm not going to need wooden frames. I'm not going to need feathers. Best to have those there. I should have brought some more torches. That's annoying. This is not actually the easiest tier 1, is it? Thing loaded. Oh, has he switched server then? Oh, hang on a minute, because he was actually saying that he... Oh, then in that case, I'm totally confused then, Pixie. I was literally watching the stream when he said he'd received it. He'd got it. So, has he not got it then? I am really confused now, mate. Oh, unless he was you know what? I just suddenly realised. I bet I've been You're talking about WoW Classic, aren't you? And that's what I thought I was watching. He would have been referring to the original time that he actually joined the new World of Warcraft, isn't it? Because I've been watching him doing the videos of Blackrock Depths. You know the guy on YouTube that I can't remember his name, who did like the breakdown of Blackrock Depths and why it was such a fantastic video. So of course that would have been actually filmed ages ago, wouldn't it? So has Asmongold not got his name on the WoW Classic server that he's joining? He handed it over to... so he has got... right, cheers for that then, Pixie. Thank you. Yeah, that would actually make sense thinking about it. Because the video for Blackrock Depths would have been done a while ago. So I guess... Oh, shit. So how did he give him a name then? Because surely that's tied to an account. Can you actually... How would that work? I'm actually quite confused by that then. So one of his members, one of the team or community members, reserved Asmongold. So how did he transfer it to Asmongold? He paid someone 10 grand for it. What the fuck? yeah, it would have been. Yeah, I suddenly clicked because I'm actually watching. I'm not watching the stream. I'm watching the YouTube footage of him streaming, commenting on another person's YouTube channel, and agreeing very vehemently with him. That is nice and easy because these buggers can come from anywhere, can't they? Quite a lot of these drop down from little recesses on this POI. A lot bigger than it looks, this one as well, isn't it? Can't help but feel there's something around the back there. So, so is that what that's... Oh, right. So he would have got in touch with him almost like outside of the stream and said, okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, he deletes and he requests. Damn, that's clever. Are you serious though? Did money exchange hands? Oh my god, we've already got it. Oh, good. Oh, what are the chances, mate? I never look at the bloody compass either. I'm just looking around in all the nooks and... Oh, good. I like it when I have to get in at the very end. I've had to like... Oh my god, you see him just walk through the goddamn wall! Holy shit balls, dude! Oh no. Oh, Grum, you've made a terrible mistake, bro. Go. That was crazy. He just literally just smashed that wall down in like one blow. Not going down without a shot. Shot, dude. Lovely bloody jubbly, mate. Lovely bloody jubbly. That was cool. That was actually really cool. Whack. Wall. Gone. Oh, that's where I said I can't help but feel there's something there. Look, there was something there. You alright, Ravanius? How you doing? Oh shit, I'm pinned in. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh bollocks. Oh no, that's bad. We've got a bleed on. Oh no, we got another one coming in. We're going down. We're going down if we're not careful. I'm gonna have to try and dance around. Oh shit, this is not good. I've got no bloody torch, mate. Should we just go loud? Missed. Fucking missed, bro. Holy shit, that was close. That was close. Put them arrows back, bro. That is what happens when I don't bring torches. Very, very close. Max stamina and health. Let's top up a little bit. How's it going then, Ravani? So you Monday is nearly here. Fraggy's off, getting sleep for the whole weekend, ready for the grand beginnings of the debacle that will turn into the WoW race, mate. You are very close, sir. This is actually a lot bigger than I thought. Sorry, Subcraig. Let me see if I can catch up with chat. Sorry, guys. Remember that there was a version of 7 Days to Die where you could crouch through one block. Yes. Well, Ravenhurst brought that back, didn't it? Ravenhurst had one block crouching. They also removed nerd polling. So yeah. You're quite certain he actually had to buy the name, but when you live in Mama's basement and have no real responsibilities in life, I don't think Asmongold lives in Mama's basement, X-Tank. Have you seen where Asmongold lives, mate? Have you got any idea how much money each month Asmongold? Have you ever seen his girlfriend? You might be a bit outside of the picture here, mate. You're gonna love the loot beams in Undead Legacy. 80% chance for the loot beams. Oh, I saw that. Oh, I saw that. Sorry, mate. I've not commented, have I? Yes, that looks amazing, dude. I mean, it's, you know, it kind of doesn't, you know, it's not, it wouldn't work for like vanilla 7 days. But I think with the way you're changing the overall aesthetic, that looks really good, dude. Yeah, I like it, mate. I like it. Yeah, that's that'll be a really nice feature for Undead Legacy, mate. So it kind of suits you, you know, with your UI and, you know, all the crafting tables and changes to the weapons and things that you're adding to the game. So yeah, it looks good, dude. It looks really good. Gives it a kind of almost MMO vibe, mate. You know, that kind of coloured loot system. I like it. Yeah, sorry, dude. I actually did see that, and thinking about it, I was literally on a phone call when that came through. Because that's a couple of 3 days ago, right, dude? What's going on Monday? As far as I know, it's the release of World of Warcraft Classic in this group, which obviously a lot of people are going back to enjoy. Yeah, you know, I've thought long and hard about it. I don't think it's the kind of game that I can stream the way that I'd like to play. You see, so. Oh, careful. Yeah, I remember you saying some point. Yeah, let's just hope Alpha 18 doesn't make it so you have to reinvent everything. You can get it out, not, you know, a nice time frame. I swear I can hear something. When he couldn't get his name in chat, he was signing. When he couldn't get his name, he was signing chat and got a buttload of subs for it. I was surprised he didn't just say fuck it and say I'm moving server. To be honest, say I don't even know why he advertised it necessarily. Wouldn't it have been a smarter move to just go and tell his immediate guild friends where he was going rather than making it public? Or maybe he did do that. I'm not too sure. Do you think you prefer No Man's Sky? Why, over World of Warcraft? Have you ever played it, mate? Have you ever played World of Warcraft? I think that's pretty much. I mean, these are great. I mean, these do give you a lot of resources, don't they? Look, oh, steel fire axe. Look at that. Oh, lovely, lovely, mate. Anvil hammer, a little bit of metal. Good loot down here. Shovel's outside though, isn't it? So. Yeah, that nearly went a little bit topsy-turvy. Not gonna lie there. I thought I'd got myself cornered on the stairwell. And let's be honest, I knew it was a bloody dead end. I even said, oh, look, that's where I thought we were gonna come through. Only have had myself to blame if we'd gone down like a sack of potatoes there. Well, first quest done. So fantastic. Why? Right, oh yeah, okay. So it's the courier side. Let's go home. Well, we'll hit the trader. Now we're gonna have to be a bit choosy about what we take here, aren't we? There's no way I'm carrying that lot back. We could. What are we going to do here? Because we'll never find this again, will we? I mean, guns we want to take, the flashlight we want to take. I guess the anvil. Well, do we really need it? I suppose it doesn't hurt to have one. We want the bone knife. Want those. Want those. Want those. Don't really need that. Do need that. Do need that. Do need that. How over encumbered am I? No, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Where's the bloody trader gone? Oh. Let's go home. Let's go home. Let's go home. Kaiser, thank you very much for the 16, my friend. Thank you very, very much indeed. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you doing? Thank you for using your Prime with us as well, my friend. Thank you. How's life, Kaiser? So it's the same, just it's not even remastered. In fact, it's not actually a remaster. It's literally vanilla World of Warcraft, like exactly how you used to play it in this group. It's like they're not even allowing, for example, the new character models or anything like that. So it is literally almost identical to what we would have played once, you know, obviously the bugs and things were fixed. But yeah, it is as true to the original game as you will ever see. So, Ravanius, you're on Fire More Alliance, because this is a PvP server, right? So you're on Fire More PvP Alliance. Chucky, you're on Fire More PvP Forge, yeah? Trying to do some freelance work, so I've got something to focus on. Nice, Kaiser. How's it going, mate? Hope it's going well for you. I think I made a bad decision trying to do this, because obviously the heat's going to murder me, isn't it? If we get a dog on us, that's it. We go down like a sack of balls, mate. This stupid ass wasteland. In fact, what we'll do is when we get back, we'll try and unlock some. In fact, see a zombie. Let's unlock some inventory slots. How do I get extra slots? What is that under? Pack mule, presumably. Carry 4 more items. Buy. What do I need for this one? Level 2. Buy that. Pack mule. Buy. Oh, look at that. Scrap that. Don't need it. Bit of rotting flesh. We're not that encumbered like that, are we? You're draining the PvP. Are you joining a PvP server, Pixie? Oh yeah, of course you are. Because you're on Fire More with Ravanius. Yeah, of course you are. You know, I think if I could magically come up with a way to not have to reinvent my entire stream setup with clicky keys, I'd be more inclined to at least give it a go, even if it was just like for a couple of days. But it's a lot of effort to go to. Huge amount of effort. You're right, McGlashan. Keck. Keck. Sorry, just had to mute out momentarily there. All is good, all is good. You actually make friends with them by fighting them. True. Very true. Your line's better dominate or I'll be decked. That's the honestly, don't go in with that attitude, Pixie. You'll be amazed at how many people are really bad at PvP but actually think they're really, really good, Pixie. So I learned very early on in World of Warcraft that the player base hadn't played any real hardcore PvP of any sort in that kind of genre. World of Warcraft attracted a huge amount of new players that were used to running around shooting guns in you know these kind of like Call of Duty-esque style games. You know, whatever the big things were back then. You know, it was like Unreal Tournament and Doom and Quake and all that kind of stuff. And well, one of the things that never ceased to amaze me was how often, as a player that simply knew their class, even just moderately well, you know, as long as you've got a basic understanding of things like crowd control bursts, you know, DPS bursts, and just general cooldown and skill rotations. And even that sounds more complicated than it is. It really isn't. It never ceased to surprise me how often I would see significantly inferior characters, you know, in terms of, you know, the skills they had unlocked, the gear they had unlocked, absolutely destroy better geared players. It really, honestly, you'll have a lot of fun with it, Pixie, in PvP. It's sometimes someone's just having a bad day. So sometimes you just know your class infinitely better than they know their class. PvP can be a lot of fun in World of Warcraft. It really can. It actually can come down to just being bloody good at what you do, mate. So don't go in thinking everyone's going to kick your ass, mate. There's a lot of people that have never ever sat down and really got to know their characters in a PvP environment. It'll be a bit different this time around because a lot of the players will be returning PvP players looking for the golden age where they can make a bit of a name for themselves for actually being very, very skilled. But don't let that put you off. You know, you'll enjoy it. You will enjoy it. Seize every advantage. Even when you think there's no way you're going to beat someone. There are times where, you know, in WoW, you just pull it off, mate. It takes you years to understand a character. I smash buttons. It's a terrible image in my head of you, Pixie. Just hammer hands pounding the keyboard. Why I know win. Dear. You played ally with Hashi, which was fun. It was more fun when I played on the opposite side. How many times did you kick his ass, mate? Did I see Dolphin in chat? Dolphin, how you doing, mate? Sorry, bro. I'm alright, big knobber. How you doing, mate? You're right, McGlashan. Yeah, they're not too bad, McGlashan. Not too bad, mate. Got a lot going on at the minute, but yeah, thank you. How are you, sir? I've not seen you for a while. How's life, mate? Why will they be leveling alone, Ravanius? Are you not playing day one or? Let's go and put everything away before we start worrying about repairing stuff because I want to get back to that trade and get that first quest handed. Well, how often do the traders stock supplies respawn, if you like? Is it at a set time in vanilla? Is it like after every horde they'll resupply a new stock? Obviously, I really could do with a puffer jacket. Oh, you getting them again, Bullseye? Oh, right now. What's that? Jeez, I've never seen that one before, Bullseye. So, for those of you that don't know, little disclaimer in chat. There are some bots that have been doing the rounds on Twitch, you know, especially if you're new to Twitch or anything. But you will receive whispers. It's becoming... there's kind of like an ebb and flow to this. I think Twitch are actively fighting certain bots. But you may receive whispers if you have your Twitch settings set so that you can receive whispers from anyone and not just friends, for example. And some of them are actually really, really well done. So, for example, some of them will infer that I, as in Grumble, am actively promoting a particular website and that I'm partnered with them, for example. And that if you want to help me out, please come and visit such and such, and we're going to offer you a free gift card for helping Grum and all this kind of stuff. I can assure you that I am not part of any such deal. So yeah, just bear in mind, some of them actually are quite well done and are grammatically correct and things, and will even include the streamer's name to make it look a little bit more legitimate. I am not a part, as are no other streamers that I know of, part of these kind of whispered gift card shenanigans that seems to be doing the rounds. So don't click the links. I know we don't need to say it, but I'd rather say it, and you know, if we save someone the heartache of a hacked account or God knows what else. But don't believe the whispers. The whispers are a lie. A lie. Okay, are we back? Is that my normal loadout? Oh, hang on. That can go in there, can't it? So what have I got? So we've got the shovel. Oh, because I've got the there's no way I'm using a steel fire axe. We'll throw that in there. I'm just not going to be efficient with them. To be honest, I think I need to get rid of the... Oh, God, that went dark. Jesus. 347. Right, we need water. Water in my water. Yeah, and if you get a chance, report them. Yeah, you do your bit for Twitch. I mean, Twitch will obviously wait until they've amassed a load of these so-called scammers and then blanket bomb them with bans. So yeah, thanks, Distributor. Yeah, if we were doing anything like that, we'd talk about it. You know, we'd have a link or something. You know, obviously. Some of them are just terrible. Like Mr. Bullseye said, you're getting those straight away. It's going to look like a really dodgy link, you know. www.imascammer.com or something equally as blatant. But yeah, I've actually had some myself when I've been browsing. And you can tell it's a fake, but you know, at a glance on a phone, it looks a lot more real than it is. And it's easy to accidentally click things on a phone as well, to be fair. So be careful. Where are we going? Where's the trader? Oh, actually, that's a really good question. Where is the trader? All the way through the goddamn snow biome. Pornhub membership discount. Now, if honestly, if I was part of that, I would be actively promoting it. Hang on, what do you get? Hang on, there's a membership on Pornhub. Is there? What do we get for that? I don't like Pornhub. Pornhub's too complicated, mate. It's like the Reddit of porn. It's incomprehensible. I don't get it. Grub actively selling 7 days to go. 7 days night gold bundles. Yeah. Get your 7 days loot box here at grumblescammers.com. So that sounds, yeah, I was just about to say actually a miracle. Yeah, that sounds really cool, Kaiser. Sounds really, really cool, mate. I'm pleased for you. What? Just I thought it was HD anyway. This normally runs at 1080, doesn't it? If you got your mobile wank tablet, it only goes to 1080p anyway. I don't need any more than that. I don't like Pornhub's crap, mate. There's loads better than Pornhub. Better not advertise. Might get in trouble. Wheelie bin sex. Oh, the images, McGlashan. The images. You've got a 4K tablet, have you really? Is it really need to have 4K on a tablet? Isn't that like ridiculously overkill? I mean, how big's the tablet? I don't really understand the reason for that. I mean, 4K makes sense like on a, you know, a 28-inch sort of screen, and even that's a bit overkill, isn't it? Why the hell would you need a 4K tablet? Is it like one of these like artists ones, like for? Jesus, this isn't. I'm going to end up with a broken leg here, aren't I? Top spec 11.6. That is ridiculous. That's just way overkill, mate. 12-inch 4K. Send it my way, mate. I'll check it out for you. Give it a wipe first. quick once over with a wet one. Okay, where was the entrance to this thing? Was it around on that side? Or? You're right to Yaga now. How you doing? What have you been up to then, Joker? The spam message does seem genuine. I'm reading it now and it starts. You are not the smartest person. Apparently they know me. I tell you what, it's scary, isn't it? The amount of research they do on us before they send us these messages. Spooky stuff, bro.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. We'll take the 10 first aid bandages. 744 Jukes, 5000 XP. Lovely. Can I see your inventory, sir? You wouldn't happen to restock day 10. God damn it. And he definitely hasn't got any puffer jackets. And I can't make a forge, can I? Until level 10. Is there anything? Raw meat. I mean, what's that going to be? That's going to be like 70 odd for a. I don't think I really need anything.
You didn't have money.
Do you have any jobs, mate? A fetch 1.1. Buried supplies. I think I'd rather do a fetch, please, sir.
us. Glad you came.
Thank you very much. Is it going to be... Ooh, it's over that way. Gonna have a little ganders. We'll check out, you know, underground and everything once we've got a puffer. I'm trying to spend as little time here as I can in case the weather just turns. Can't bring yourself to start up No Man's Sky. Why, Joker? Just don't want to, or you've heard bad things, or I think I left the right. I definitely left at the right time for me. There was a patch yesterday that I think is the beginnings of them starting to fix stuff outside of crashes. It was quite interesting patch notes for yesterday's patch. So, you know, give them a bit of time, get those sulfurine factories back up and running, and they need to, you know, they need to fix the indium mining. Yeah, it's why I didn't go down that route. It's making a mockery of the economy, and as well as the wiring loom. You know, it's not a cheat. You know, people aren't cheating. It's a legit way of playing the game, but I feel like they've lost control of everything. And I think Hello Games, unfortunately, do not play their own game, and as a result of that, they have dropped a big clanger. It's going to be a lot harder for me to go back this time because all the stuff that I have done has almost been made irrelevant. I could make more money in literally probably a tenth of the time by just having indium farms. You know, I actually worked quite hard and thoroughly enjoyed my time. So it's not like I'm going to be butthurt over it. You know, I've enjoyed my time getting my more elaborate farming system set up. But when they fundamentally change something that means that progress you've made now means nothing, and anybody can come up with a way to make cash from day one and come up with 1 billion credits in less than like 12 hours playing time. it just feels like, you know what? I can't be asked anymore, mate. You don't know what your own game's about, so why should I play it? I will, because I do enjoy the game, and I will enjoy the building, I think. I'll enjoy going back and doing some interesting underwater builds. And hopefully at that point, I'll have a nice bit of quality of life. And I'll be able to sing the game's praises a little bit. But yeah, I couldn't have carried on. I definitely hit a wall in my progress. I've got nothing I can put an insulator mod in though. We'll go back and have a look. Oh, actually, that's that red thing, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Like the red cloth thing. Can get so erratic, aren't they? Oh my god. I don't think we're getting that, are we? Here, right. Can you hear the dogs barking? Or yelping, should I say? That doesn't sound good, does it? I'll go and check them. Close. Very close, Do not like being over here. This is probably my worst nightmare for this game, being in the snow in the wasteland. You alright, Paloa? How you doing, bro? Thanks for that, Lunatic. Well spotted, mate. Well spotted. I don't think I can put it in anything yet, though. Can you only put those in, like, crafted iron armor and things? I suppose I could buy a suit of iron armor, couldn't I? And then get that insulation mod on it. Is that potatoes? We found potatoes. Lovely jubbly, mate. We'll be having some of them ready for my meat stews. Potato, potato. What's the plans today, Paloa? Yeah, you're probably doing the right thing, Joker. I had as much fun as I could have. Hang on, I've got to go check the dog. He's yelping. There's something wrong. One sec. It's all okay. Nothing to worry about. Just a little, obviously something out there that's bothering them. But I've managed to get a cup of coffee while I check them out. I don't like it when I hear the yelpy sound. It normally means there's something they're not comfortable with, rather than the rah, 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 rah. Let's go and eat a frog kind of bark they have. What's that? Is the drag? What is was the drag race working or not? I don't know. Is it working? Or... Should reintroduce the roulette one. I wonder if they ever fixed it. Right, that's all the potatoes. What is that noise? What is making that noise? Is it me? Can you keep hearing it? It sounds like it's going like... It's like horrible, hideous, sort of like old man munching on a Mars bar with like no freaking teeth or something. Oh my god, I hate this place. It's so awful. How can anyone live in this wasteland mess? Watch me hit a goddamn landmine. Instant rage quit. You think it's me? But I'm not hungry though, am I? I'm not hungry. I'm not thirsty. Yeah. Or are you just trying to call me a hideous old man with no teeth? An anonymous gifter has gifted a tier 1 sub to McGlashan. Congratulations, McGlashan. Welcome back to the sub club, sir. Like, oi, up, hey, up, Savaloy. Check it out. Check it out. I saw you, you little knobber. Why is that not? Why is that not? Oh, come on. I actually saw it. It's it. What, you having a laugh, mate? Is that UFO or is that somebody else? Whoever anonymous. Oh my god, is that another one? Or is that? I think that's another one. Or is that just texture? I think it's just a texture. We could have been here all day. Why won't it blow? Thank you very much, Anonymous. Thank you very much for the gifted sub. Absolutely top banana. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, he's not happy with that, is he? I've just... Oh, God, there's a bloody vulture coming down as well. Come on, dude. Are you having a laugh? Just saw the vulture shadow over there. This whole place is surrounded by landmines. Look, there's one down there, one over there. Like nightmare fuel. Okay, right. Where are we actually going then? Is this the POI? It's got to be, right? Take it slow. Not UFO. It's like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you for the gifted sub to McGlashan. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Whoever you are, we appreciate it. And even if that lot don't, knobbers, I do. Thank you. Thank you. You're right, Dio. Am I ready for Alpha 18? I will be after I've had a few more days playing this, mate. Yeah, it's been really nice coming back, dude. Just to re-familiarise myself with, you know, the old game, really. It's just playing completely vanilla, dude. So, you know, no surprises, nothing weird. It's going to give me a really nice baseline. You know, this game has been my sort of bread and butter for you know, a couple of years. You know, just really enjoyed playing it, playing all the mods, getting to know the community. You know, we've had our ups, we've had our downs, we've had our good, you know, good versions, our bad versions, and you know, it's nice to come back and just know that Alpha 18 is so close and get to know the vanilla game again. So I'm in a position to Oh, damn, I woke them up in... Oh, come on, sir. I've actually woken them up. I can't have this asshole for me. Is he gonna be able to jump up? Shit, where was that? Oh! Here we go. Well, we'll kill you as soon as you've opened the door. But I need to trigger the quest, don't I? Oh, Wasteland at 9:08 as well. Should we just clear this place and just spend the night? And then trigger it again in the morning? Probably the best suggestion, isn't it? I think. Got like the biggest... Bloody hell. Where did I put that torch? Where's the torch gone? Is that the one? Was that mine, or was that another one? It's hard to see. Okay. Oh, hey, oh, I can see shadows. Why can't I? Is that because it's because the body's there? I really need to make some more torches, don't I? Don't see any cloth. Is there a date for Alpha 18? No, there isn't, mate. But we may see it as early, Maglashan, as next weekend. That's the earliest we'll see it. So Friday for the stream team, then full release on the Monday, if all goes well. That's the best we can see, and it shouldn't be any longer than 5-6 weeks after that, basically. I will later, Vera, but there's no point now, because when I trigger the quest, I'd rather not do the quest at night. So when I trigger the quest, it will reset this entire area back to default. So for example,
look at the time. Half past a quarter of sunset, and I still haven't done any warming up.
No freaking way is it 3 o'clock. I've just been out and got a coffee. I swear to God I looked at the clock, and I swear to God I thought it said 1 o'clock. Have I just lost 2 hours? I was in some sort of like weird paradox time warp or something. I swear I just looked at the clock and it said 1 o'clock. That's why I got the coffee when I went out to check the dogs. That is so bizarre. That is so bizarre. I wonder if my clocks have stopped. I have a terrible feeling. Jesus. Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so yeah, definitely Dyer. Yeah, you just got a DM on Twitch from some random gibberish nickname dude with some shady link. Yeah, we've just been talking about it. Subquake. Yeah, they're back out. And like I said, some of them Subquake actually are quite cleverly done as well. Sometime in September. Yeah, it could, like I said, it could be next weekend. That is the earliest we will see it. Personally, I'm guessing maybe 3 weeks. Well, we're there. We're part of that stream too, and that's what I'm allowed to tell you. And to be honest, if I knew more than that, I'd honour their wishes and not tell you. You know, I'm not here to break that confidentiality, but that is what we've been told we can tell you. That is the definitive. You know, we may see it next weekend, and it shouldn't be more than 4 to 5 weeks after that. That's it. That's all we can say. And I honestly do not know more than that. If I did, I wouldn't be here saying that, because I'd just stay still. That is the official comment from the green room, right? Wow. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock, which sucks massively. It say what was that? Pixie gas works for the fun pimps. What the gas that comes into the channel? Yeah, apparently so. We're not convinced he's not just the T-boy, but he does apparently have a job there. He was fucking. I bet you what. I'd love to take him out for a meal and a pint. I really would. He seems like a top geezer, guys. We give him some shit here, don't we? Good geezer though. Very good geezer. Right, ladies and gents, I hate to say it, but I have to leave. I have stuff I've got to go and do, and I didn't get any proper kit yesterday, so it's a miracle because we did an evening stream yesterday. First evening stream in a long time. We're hoping to get some more evening streams on. However, we are looking hopefully at the Blair Witch game next Friday. Oh, Jesus, cockballs! Could have done without that. Do you reckon we're okay? Someone hit one of the landmines, didn't they? Yeah, so next Friday evening, we are looking. We'll hopefully get another evening stream on next Friday. And if I get any more on during the week, especially, I've got a Spider-Man I'd like to play. That's obviously, I think we're going to stick with 7 days in the daytime. And we've got 7 hours a day that we can cover. So I think we'll get a bit more familiar with Alpha 17 Vanilla. And like I said, I think then at least I can honestly go into Alpha 18 saying, at least I am in a good position to discuss it. I think it's very difficult to come from a mod or, you know, a fundamentally changed, you know, permadeath, super running, crazed ass zombie version of the game, and then try and compare it to, you know, a rebirth of Alpha 18. I think that this will set me in good stead to be able to look under the hood and hopefully give some feedback when and where we can constructively when it does release. So yeah, good stuff. Thank you all for joining me. It's been a very pleasurable stream. It's been awesome, in fact. So thank you. It's been a very enjoyable Saturday. And of course, we will be back on tomorrow, 8:15 UK time. Point of reference, it's 3:05 in the afternoon right now. Do please consider joining us on Discord. We have got a wonderful place over there. It's a wonderful community. I wish I could spend more time there. I do try. It's a lovely way to stay in touch with everybody. You know, we've got people joining WoW servers over there. You know, we've got the GTA sort of boys and girls that are enjoying that game. And it's not just about gaming either. It's just about a place to come and have a chinwag. If you're having a shit day, come and say hello, and hopefully one of us can try and bounce a smile your way. So !Discord in chat will of course get you a link to that Discord server. All you need to do to join us is just post in the introduction section, even if it is just an emo or a full stop or a hello. It doesn't make any difference as long as we can see your name. Otherwise, we don't know you've joined, and you won't be able to see all the other sections. And the only reason that's in place is just as a bot prevention strategy. Really, the Discord has, as all Discords do, you know, bots try and wiggle their way in and start spamming sections and you know, dodgy links, just like we've seen in Twitch today. So that's the only reason we ask you just to post once, and then you'll have full access to the forums, even if you just wish to lurk. Please come and join us. Come and get to know what we're like outside of the stream. It's a great way for me to get to know you as well, for those of you that do want to participate. Post up pictures of your pets and your daily lives. It's a fun place. And thanks to everybody that joins us over there. It means a lot. It is. It's brought many a smile in some dark moments for myself, I can tell you. So yeah, it's a good place to come and say hello to us. Twitter. We'll get you a link to the Twitter feed. We always tweet out a few minutes before we go live. And as I say, we are currently streaming 7 days a week. 8:15 in the morning through till 3 o'clock approximately in the afternoon. And hopefully a few evening streams scattered in there as well as we move into the winter months. Not wishing the summer away, but we are starting to see the days getting shorter, which means that, you know, later in the evening there's less sun on this particular room, which means I can play some of those darker, spookier games, which we'll see how we get on Friday. It might be a 10-minute stream. Walk down the first corridor. No, forget it. Back to 7 days. We'll see how we get on. YouTube would of course get you a link to the YouTube channel, which is primarily all of our archived videos here from Twitch. A massive thank you, as we say at the end of every stream, to Simpsy, who's been uploading all that information for us. That's awesome to know that is there archived. A lot of you can't watch the VODs on Twitch, you know, while you're at work. So YouTube you do have access to. So it's important that stuff does go up. And thanks to everybody that does join us over there. And please do consider, even if you don't watch us on YouTube, I know it's a bit cheeky, chuck us a subscription. It's awesome. Thank you. I told my mum we hit 1,000 not so long ago. She doesn't understand Twitch, but she kind of gets her head around YouTube. We'll be back, like I said, tomorrow morning. 8:15. More 7 days to die. More vanilla 7 days to die. It's gone really well today, actually. I've really enjoyed it. I can't believe we lost a spattered wall and a Lethean ring. That is so cool. Honestly, that was the biggest smile. I didn't think it was possible to lose one. It just goes to show when people have come into chat and say it didn't work my end, Grum, and I'm like, I don't know how it can't work, dude. Now I know why, right? Thank you all for participating in chat. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the resubs. Thank you for the bits. My God, UFO and everybody else that's given bits throughout today. Thank you so much. I've lost the flow now. What's that? The subs, the resubs, the bits, the follows, the donations, and the gifted subs. I'll get it right in the end. Thank you all. Thank you all for the support. Thank you for being in chat. Thank you to our Grumbodian lurkers as well. You are a huge part of not just the Twitch community, but obviously our community as well. We know not everybody can, jump in, say hello, and I never expect answers to questions necessarily. I know sometimes you just want to pop in, say hello, and carry on lurking. That's not a problem. But come and join us day in, day out. You mean the world to us. I wish you all a most marvellous Saturday, whatever you're up to for the rest of today. I hope it's a very pleasurable and very safe one. And I look forward to seeing you hopefully on Discord and failing that or including that tomorrow morning for some more 7 days. You stay safe. Thank you very, very much for watching.